And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. Thanks for tuning us in today.
Hello.
We must say hi to Rich Voss, who has entered the studio.
What's happening?
Looking very, very cold. What is wrong with you?
It's brutal. It really is. And you know what? People work outside in this weather.
Yeah, I know.
Like there's people right now that have to get up and go outside.
Actually have to be out there.
And do this crap. I mean, you know, is that incentive enough to go back to school or do something, you know?
Kill yourself.
Who would do this? Work out there. It's 1.5 blocks walk over here. I even had to put my cigarette out. I said, I can't smoke it.
That proves that it's really cold if you're not
Can't
smoking.
smoke.
Yeah.
But he's wearing, he's got like a windbreaker.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
I didn't know. First of all,
You didn't know it was going to be cold out?
No, I know it's going to be cold. Listen, I got a car. I travel in a car. You know, I don't like to put a big bulky thing on and get in my car and everything.
Yeah, but you get in a freezing cold car. That car is not nice and heated when you get in it. I mean, it looks like your face is frozen. You don't have gloves. You don't have a hat. He goes,
the snot's coming down now.
Yeah, he goes, I don't have a hat, but I have earmuffs.
I do. I put earmuffs and I finger myself as I walk down the street to keep my hands warm. I have gloves. Dude. Luckily, the earmuffs were in the car. I got another coat at home.
Is one of the muffs really stinky?
Because
it's like rubbing on that ear of yours?
It's melted, the bottom part of it.
One stinky muff.
I have ski socks on. Anthony and I were just discussing. I wear long johns until April now.
Yeah, you
Really?
got
Every day, long johns.
You had about the same distance walk that I have when I come here. You were over at the hotel.
Yeah.
I was at the garage. And there's one leg of the journey, I was saying earlier, where the wind is coming right at you.
In your face.
Yeah, you gotta dress better than... I wear that in June. What he's wearing there, I'll wear on a June evening if it's a little chilly.
Yeah, but it's a
You're wearing
designer
that,
coat.
It's 5
still,
degrees
Who
out.
cares if it's a designer coat?
Designed to make you freeze.
I know.
Designer
That
coat.
is
Who
awful.
cares?
I have another coat at home, which I'm going to put.
What are you going to break out when it's 10 below? I mean, when do you break out the other coat?
Oh, when it gets really cold out.
Yeah.
When they send me to the Russian front, then
I'm at the Chuckles in Alaska.
my teeth, and you know when it's cold, when your teeth are cold, and my teeth were, and these aren't the smallest teeth.
Right,
so
right.
You could feel it.
It has
in
to
your
be
teeth.
cold if your fake teeth are cold.
I know.
Okay? Jesus.
It was. I was when I flew. I was in when they had this dumb storm over the weekend where everybody panics like they haven't seen snow. I flew home from Lansing, Michigan, which was brutal out there. 17 hours. 17 hours to get home from Michigan on Sunday.
You had the layover in the airport?
In Detroit. So I went and got a hotel room in some, crack hotel, which kind of sort of bringing up bad memories, of course, now. But at least I have money in my pocket because I just did a gig. I'm not dropping it. And then you get back to here, to Newark, and I had to wait for a cab. 45 minutes outside standing on the cab line. It was, when you look for the guy, when the guys that you get off a plane, you have a ride and they go, hey, you need a car, and you get away from me. I should call I should tell the cops that you're here doing this illegally, now I'm looking for one, I'm sniffing one out because they're all foreigners.
Nowhere to be found.
We've talked about those guys in the past. The best is they have, is it Logan Airport?
Yeah.
Or is it, whatever?
I think all the major airports have
Have it now?
Yep.
They have the big signs that say, don't accept a ride from these guys, and they have a picture of two guys.
Yeah.
That
smiling at you, going, hey, need
a
a ride?
And they got the little, ride hat on, and they're usually a little foreign and stuff.
Yeah.
And standing right next to those signs are guys that look exactly like the guys in the picture
Asking if you need
for
a
a ride.
Yeah, they're trying to make a few bucks. They're not sanctioned by the city or anything, so they don't want you getting in there because, they could be anybody. It could be people that want to rob you.
Yeah, but see, that's not the case. They just want the business.
They want the money.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, sure, it's a little shady, but they just want to make a living. That's it. And it's not like they're serial killers hanging out at the LaGuardia Airport.
Yeah.
It
is weird, though, because sometimes, I remember once I got bamboozled. I like taking sanctioned transportation. I don't want to get into a vehicle with someone I have no idea who they are, what they're doing, they're not licensed, insured, stuff like that. And they'll come right up to you and go, taxi, sir, taxi, sir. And you're like, yeah, you're looking for a taxi. They grab your bags and they start walking, and they walk right past the taxi stand. And they're like, okay, follow me. And you're way in the back in the parking lot. There's some cars, some shady people smoking pot. I'm like, wait a minute. No, this isn't a cab, you bastard. You bamboozled me. And then he's got your bags. So you feel like you can't say, hey, sir, I don't want to ride with you because, he'll do a feet don't fail me now and take off.
Right.
So you're kind of stuck, and you wind up getting in the car with these people.
And then they're driving, and you're like, this isn't the way to my home.
Hey,
Shut up.
I just have to make a stop, okay? I'll be right back out.
No, I wanted to go home, and this guy's picking up a kilo to put under my seat, you know? Bastard. And it's Rich Vaughn.
I told you the time I thought I was going to die in Nassau, right? The Bahamas? Yeah. Mm-hmm. We went to this restaurant, and then we were going back to the hotel. We left the resort, which is just stupid.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Never
stupid.
leave the compound.
When you're in the Bahamas in that area. Dumb. And we get a cab. I think I told the story on the air. And they're so laid back and slow down there that we jump in this cab, and all of a sudden, I'm thinking to myself, this isn't the way back to the hotel. What is... Oh. And then you start thinking, oh, my God. Was this a legal cab?
Mister,
right.
This isn't the way home.
Dude, barely speaks English, got the dreads, the Jamaican music is cranking, and then like the president of the Bahamas is having some kind of press conference.
He always is. Every time I go down there and I'm in a cab, they're listening to some president give an address.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, I mean, the roads start getting darker and darker, and it's kind of industrial.
Now, do you mean, what do you mean darker? I mean a few things.
There's not many street lights out, Anthony.
And what was the driver smoking a big blunt? He's going, it's all good, man.
No, he was kind of a weird dude, you know. And then I'll get to that part. So then we're in like an industrial section. We pull into a parking lot, and all of a sudden the guy just gets out.
Oh, great!
Oh my! Is he getting one of his accomplices to rob us? And
come out there, rob you.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, we're just sitting there like, what are you going to do? It's not like I could get out and run for it because I don't know where the hell I am.
You are, and you're in a bad neighborhood.
And then I'm kind of taking a peek, and he's just, ha ha ha, yeah, man. He's having a conversation with his buddy.
Oh, my God.
And then they light up a spleef, and they're smoking, and I'm just sitting there patiently waiting. You know, what am I going to do?
What are you going to do, complain?
And then I realized I'm probably going to be okay, that he just needed to socialize with this guy. Maybe make a drug deal.
Ride.
Oh, I know. I'm watching the meter just kind of tick, tick, just slightly. Nothing too drastic.
What a set of balls.
It probably cost me an extra $5, $10. No big deal, you know, but I'm watching it tick because there's nothing else to watch. And then 15, 20 minutes go by, and the guy comes back into the cab and drives us back to the resort.
You didn't ask him, like, hey.
No.
Who was that?
Then I was asking people.
What was that about?
I was asking people, like, back at the resort, and they're like, that's how it is down here. People, it's not like New York where everyone's in a hurry. You know, they go about their business. Oh, yeah, they're working, sort of, but, you know, he knew he was passing his buddy, you know, between the restaurant and the resort, and it's like, oh, good opportunity to stop by and socialize a little bit and have a little pot.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, but that's when you're scared that the country's going to be overthrown or something.
Well, right, you know, yeah, the president's on there.
You're making a speech. They're ripping across the casino, throwing the slot machines out.
You're hearing gunfire in the background of the president's speech on the radio. What the hell? And you hear it outside the car. What the hell? I love the death ride from the airport to the resort. You know, they got these beautiful resorts down there. You go there, everything you could possibly want or need. And you get the death ride on the way there. It's some nut in a van doing 800 miles an hour down some windy road.
On the wrong side of the road.
Yeah.
Or you think it's the wrong side of the road until you realize, oh, wait, we're in, like, England or something. Yeah. It's like a province of what? Oh, okay, we're allowed to. Okay, good.
Frightening.
But at first you have no idea. You think the guy's just high on some kind of freaking, you know, rum or something.
That's what I'm taking my kids. Is that where's the Atlantis? Is that the Bahamas?
Atlantis is Bahamas.
Now, see, before they built that, when you went down there, there wasn't something nice. That's like a compound. You go there and you're completely.
You don't leave it.
You don't leave it.
Yeah. No. You want to feel like you're down there, but you're still in Connecticut.
That was still being built. Very good. That was still being built, but there was some nice restaurants in that area. That's why I went over there.
I took when I was married. I swear, I took my wife to Aruba. We went to Aruba, which is probably one of the most expensive places you'll ever go. I'm serious. We were in some hotel there, La Cabana, and there was a little store downstairs. And we walked downstairs to get even just like a loaf of bread. You know, now we're making sandwiches in the room. We're at that point. You know, I lost money in the casino, of
course you did.
And so it was $7. So it was, you know, very. And we get home, and the day we get home, or the day after, she goes, "I want a divorce." Bitch, you couldn't have told me that before I took you to Aruba. Okay.
Yeah, how much did you drop on
I dropped all kinds of money. Well, I might as well get one more vacation out of this zero and move on. I swear to God.
Oh, wow. Poor bastard.
That's the last
Atlantis
place.
is great. You're going down there? Or
yeah.
You're sending your kids?
No, I'm taking them. I booked a gig, and I book stuff for vacations.
Is that what you do? You book a gig, you get paid, and you're on vacation. Are you performing at Atlantis or
yeah. At the Atlantis.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, on my honeymoon, I booked a gig. I told you that.
The place is beautiful.
That's what I hear. I hear it's really nice. There's
nice casino.
Yeah,
nice.
Well, I don't care about that. No.
Oh, that's right. Poor addicts, man.
There's golf courses and stuff.
Yeah.
So I let my kids take turns of carrying my bag to clubs. Hey, little one, it's a par 3. You carry it on the par 3. She's the little one. The big one, par 5s.
You gotta watch the guys on the beach though. With
What's
your daughters. I don't know. I've seen some pictures now. They're getting a little older and stuff, and you get these guys with the dreads coming up.
But they know right away.
Jet ski, man.
They know right away.
They do?
Yeah.
How?
What do you? We have a rule. We have a rule.
What?
No colors.
No.
Holy ass! What is wrong with you?
That's a rule. We agreed. We sat and talked.
Goodness.
I showed them, pictures like when you were a kid, and they try to keep you off drugs, and they showed you. I just show them stuff.
You had a presentation?
Yeah, clips, slides, courtroom trials, and
you're an awful racist.
You really are the worst.
I hope your daughter brings Patrice home.
Oh, yeah, that'll happen. She doesn't live up in a tree.
What is wrong with you?
No, Patrice
is coming in at 8:30.
Petting your daughter's belly saying, "Como."
Oh, God.
He's bringing in his sex toys later.
Yeah.
So
they're disinfected.
All right, we got to catch up a little bit, so we're going to take another break really quick, though.
Mm-hmm.
And then we should talk about some of the stuff happening in the news today. Just a sick story, man. Some actress was blown away last night.
Oh, good old New York City.
It's the front page of the Post.
Gotta love the senseless murders.
Yeah, we'll talk about that and other things going on in the world, Anthony, the world.
Right.
Cab rides in Kenya. God, you want to go to break, but...
Kenya? Who would ever go to Kenya? Chris might take a cab.
Hey, Chris, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, you guys?
Cab rides in Kenya, it says on the screen.
Yeah, I was I was over in Somalia for about 6 months. And, what happened was I went on R&R for about... Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sorry.
I love people that say that. We're actually good listeners.
Yeah, we're listening to you.
We know how to shut up. I get that in I get that in my real life too. Like someone will start telling a story on the phone, and I'll just shut up because I listen. There's not many people. Not many people listen in this world, so I'm listening, and that's what everyone always says because they're not used to.
Hello?
Are you there? I'm listening to your story.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I was in Somalia for about 6 months, and I went on R&R to Kenya. And we were taking off from the airport to the resort. We were staying right there on the Indian Ocean, the place that got wiped out by the tsunami. And what happened was we get in a cab, and it's like these little cabs from London, like you see with the front one seat's facing forward, one seat's facing backward. And we'd already gotten drunk on the plane and everything, and we're flying from the airport and doing exactly like what you're talking about. We're doing about 90 miles an hour, and I'm facing backwards. And the whole time the dude's sitting there, offering to sell you dope and everything like that. And I'm like, shit, man.
Yeah.
But it was like, give me a window to puke out of here, man, because everything's flying by, and I'm looking backwards, and I'm like, oh, God, I'm going to puke, man. Please pull over, let me puke.
Just when you think our cab
That's
drivers...
about it, man. It was pretty fun.
Just when you think our cab drivers here are animals, just to go out of the country.
From Somalia to Kenya, that's going from like Newark to Camden. It's going for R&R. What kind of R&R is that?
Rape and robbery.
Run, run, cracker, run. R&R.
Yeah, well, these cabbies, when you go on vacation, they're jack of all trades. They're not cabbies. That's just one of many jobs.
They're drug dealers.
They're also your pot dealer. Pimps. Right? Whatever you want. And they also run the jet skis when you get to the beach.
Imagine if you got into a cab here in New York, because they are really regulated, these cabbies, and he starts offering to sell you drugs and stuff, or get you whores. The guy would be in it would be the cover of the Post the next day, and the guy would just be executed.
But that's business as usual in those little...
everywhere else you go.
Crappy resort towns.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go to break. Jim Norton's not here today. Rich Voss filling in, doing a great job.
Hanging out.
Norton's in Albany this weekend, and we're Where's that? We should plug it again. Comedy Works in Albany if you're in the area. And as we go to break, we got Jim Norton's CD in studio again today. Yellow Discipline. You can get it off eatabullet.com. Yes, Anthony?
Carlos from Jersey saying, this guy's full of shit. He was never in Somalia. This story happened this week on The Amazing Race. Is that true? Are people calling up with Amazing Race stories and telling them as their own? Because that's really funny if that really is. Wouldn't that be funny to watch a show and you call up a radio show? Yeah, this happened, and it's exactly what happens on television.
Could be a new bit. It could be a new bit.
Well, if that's true, then he got us. What the hell?
Yeah, we'll believe anything.
That's funny.
I should also say that Rich Voss is playing Rascals this weekend. Which one? Oh, no, there used to be two. Now there's one, right?
Montclair or something. Montclair, not something. In Montclair.
Montclair, Rascals, Rich Voss.
Norton calls me last night on his way to Albany. He goes, last time we went to Albany, how long does it take to get you? Like, all of a sudden, I'm fucking MapQuest? How long does it take to get you? I don't know. Call your mother. Leave me alone. What the fuck is wrong with him?
Hi, guys. Yeah, I'm living with a bunch of roommates, and one of them has AIDS. And he was all mad at me because I was taking my finger and eating the peanut butter out of it. And he got all pissed off at me, and he had AIDS.
Yeah, wow, that's a fascinating story.
Yeah, well, it's cool. I'm a bike messenger here in San Francisco. Yeah, and this guy's really stupid. He's got AIDS. Did I say he had AIDS? I hate him. Yeah, but I think they're going to kick me out of the house.
Really? That sounds tragic.
Very funny, but I think you're dating yourself a little
I
bit.
know. That's an old one.
When did that happen? In 1992?
I know, right? I don't watch reality shows anymore.
I hear
What the hell?
Who would do one?
As we go to break, it's... Oh, yeah, you were in one of those things.
Awful. I didn't stand on a scale, thank God.
Oh, want to talk about that next?
Well, yeah.
That's one of our favorite shows. All right, we'll get into that and
show.
what's going on in the news and all sorts of stuff. But first, it's Jim Norton from Yellow Discipline.
And I like a woman with a little sexual history, too. Don't ever hide.
That's a good joke, though. All right, Rich Voss in the studio helping us out today. He's telling us some of the jokes that Chris Rock's going to be using on the Oscars. And we can't repeat them on the air. That's a funny joke.
He's got some, man, he is so funny watching him. He's so funny.
Yeah.
He's gonna do a great job with the Oscars if he doesn't pussy out. If he starts getting a little too PC, I'm going to be really pissed off.
I don't think so. He's
never
funny,
does.
man.
No, I know he never does, but you wonder, This is like the echelons of Hollywood there.
It's no Wayans brothers, but I think he'll do it. Oh.
But that joke you just that's funny. And we're not allowed to tell it on
The
the air.
Wayans brothers,
No.
White Chicks made $69 million.
Really?
They split it between the family, $8 a piece. That one's mine.
That's not bad. And you're writing for Chris Rock, obviously, Voss.
Yeah. It's like I just don't. I just maybe if I get one joke on, that's good enough.
Is
get
your name
fined.
going to roll on the credits?
Yeah, as long as I don't get fined.
Cool.
So far, I'm making it without getting fined. I've never written for, I've written for whenever we do roasts in New York.
Yeah.
Or, they do flyers. I write for people because roasts are different, but this is like to write in his voice for that. It's not easy, let me tell you.
But the good thing is it's a subject that it doesn't have to be Chris Rock. You got to write jokes about the movies.
Yeah.
Actors and actresses, stuff like that. Kind of not easy. I'm just saying it's easier than it would be if Chris just said, "Write me a joke."
Yeah.
You got to come up with something that's a movie related.
And I would bet money you haven't really seen a lot of these movies.
I saw that horrible movie the other night, and this has nothing to do with the Oscars because that movie Open Water.
where they were.
See, now that's one I want to see.
It's
I hear that it's really good. It's one of those movies people either love it or hate it.
It's based on a true story. They died at the end. Who told the story? Did an arm float up on shore?
Did they die in the end?
You didn't know that?
No.
Well, they're straight out.
No, it is based on a real
Great,
story.
thanks.
The shark ate him. It's the same.
Dude, it's a creepy story too
Yeah.
because we were talking about scuba diving I think earlier this week, and I've done some diving, and they didn't get a head count.
Right.
When everyone popped back up out of the water, they just took off, and there was 2 divers still down.
Well, they took a head count, but they did it wrong because one went in and then one went back out or something.
Right,
and
right.
You know how they count.
Either way, they left them behind. And when you go to some of these resorts and go diving, it's not just offshore. Sometimes you're out there for a good hour on a boat.
Out there,
and
beer and sangria, everyone's drinking.
And how would you know how to go? Which way to swim back in? You don't know how to swim.
You're not swimming back in from an hour boat ride out.
Oh no, I guess not.
That is horrible.
See, what you do is you hope your partner gets eaten and you float on top of them. It was really, there was some good parts in the movie, don't get me wrong. You're like that, I mean, it's, it wasn't like some surfer boy getting back on without an arm. This was some scary,
Right.
All right. This girl's surfing, but she keeps going right.
But some people say that couple is still alive.
They're saying they're still alive?
Some people say.
They might have dramatized it for
some
the
people
movie.
say they wanted to kind of just disappear, and fake their own deaths.
Oh, they're
Supposedly, some of the scuba gear was found on like one of the islands in the area, like a deserted island or something like that.
But how do you fake your death? If a boat leaves you, do you lay it out in the ocean?
Well, this was their.
This is the time.
This
to
was their.
Well,
this was their plan.
The couple was actually Tupac and Biggie.
Oh.
It was them that were diving, and they faked it.
It could have been their plan. You know what I mean? We're gonna, and then the people would assume, oh my God, they got eaten by a shark or something.
Ooh, now there's the sequel.
There's been some suspicion about the story, is all I'm saying.
Ooh,
a lot of people say they're definitely dead, but then there was supposedly some scuba gear happened to be on this one island or something. They're wondering how it got there or whatever. Yeah.
Never heard that,
It's a creepy thing. We got to go back to the Kenya guy, because this guy... Oh, Chris?
Yeah, I'm here.
You're the one that called in about the Kenya cab ride, right?
Yeah.
And you swear that you're not lying?
It's not from
no, not trying
The
to get
Amazing
over
Race?
Oh, all right. All right.
If anybody wants to verify it, I was with 362nd Engineering Company, Combat.
All right, your phone's crapping out. Thank you.
Let's verify that.
I know, right? It's not
cab
like
ride.
Care. If anyone wants to verify it, oh, yes, let me see where that engineering company was back then.
All right, we should get into some news here today. This story is unbelievable. This actress, where's the Post?
Gun down.
Yeah, beauty slain, actress shot in Manhattan bar mugging. A brazen robber fired a single fatal shot into the chest of this stunning 28-year-old actress on a Lower East Side street early yesterday after she challenged him, saying, "What are you gonna do? Shoot us?
What?
Are you stupid?"
You never want to put the blame on a victim. She's dead now.
And it's tragic, obviously.
But Jesus, you gotta shut up when someone's pointing a gun at you.
Nicole and her boyfriend, they were celebrating her new job and had just left the trendy bar with her fiancé and another couple when they were confronted by four thugs, a gun-toting man accompanied by another man, and two women at 3:15 a.m. yesterday. And that part of Manhattan is still a little shady. There's some trendy bars down there and stuff, but...
That's where projects are down there, aren't they?
Yeah. It's a little shady down there still, and, yeah. So they're getting mugged, and this actress is like, what are you going to do, shoot us? And he goes, all right, bam, bam, right in the chest.
You know what happens in New York here with the shady areas of the city? These wealthy, I guess they used to be called yuppies,
Jews.
These young Jews.
Hipsters.
These young hipsters.
Hipsters is a word
with
they like
some
to use
money. Like to go down there, and these people build these bars and clubs in these awful neighborhoods because it's so trendy. Like, look, this is a great place. Oh, let me show you this place. No one really knows about it.
Right.
No one comes down here. It's so trendy, but I know about it. I'm so hip and cool, and they build these places in the middle of crap. And what winds up happening is it's the zebra out on the plains of the Serengeti. They leave these clubs, and they're out in the middle of the wild for some lion to sink their teeth into the jugular. They see him limping gazelle coming out of the bar, and it's over.
Yeah, I mean...
It's like, look at her. She looks a little Martha Stewart's going to walk down the street.
Yeah.
And, people are walking up to her with gimmicks hanging out of their arm and syringes,
Yeah.
normal people don't go to those places. And
No.
then when you're coming out of a bar, your walls are down anyhow because you already had a couple drinks.
Had a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
Now you're like, hey, what? Get out of here. What are you going to do? Shoot me?
And
You know?
and the gun was in plain sight, and they're asking for money.
Well,
Just
the
give
gun,
the money.
Yeah,
the gun was being used to beat her fiance.
Yeah, he's got
about the face.
He's got a nice black eye and a bunch of stitches. It looks like.
So they beat him a little bit. Shoot the fiance. She dies right there in the street. These animals.
She was an actress or an aspiring actress?
Wow.
I think she had done something. Some kind of
There's
like
more to the
stage
story.
work.
The actress's boyfriend there, or fiance, he saw the mugger, but he didn't see the gun. So he didn't take this guy seriously, so he tried to push past him.
Uh-oh.
At that point, using both hands, he hit me in the face with the gun, Sparks said. Sparks?
Sparks.
Is
that his name?
Sparks.
No relation there, Ben?
Jeffrey Sparks. The grieving fiance said he and his friend Scott
Did he herky and jerky, and maybe the guy thought he was going for a gun?
started walking away thinking the trouble would pass, but as they did, the man tried to grab the purse of this actress, and that's when that's when the boyfriend said, "What are you trying to do?"
She said it.
Oh, well, they got it. Okay, you're right. Yeah. And she said, "What are you going to do? Shoot us?"
But didn't he get hit by the? Didn't they hit him over the head with the gun or something?
Yeah, they hit him in the face
We
with
said
the gun.
that part, and then 10 seconds later, a shot rang out. I turned and I saw Nicole on her back on the street, and that was pretty much it. She
I like
died
how
on the
we
street.
read news. We're not getting jobs at CBS. And then what? He hit the guy in the head? What, Ben? What did he do? And then the guy said, no, the girl said it. What? Oh, and then Ben comes over. Didn't he hit the guy in the face? Yeah, we said that already.
And then Eric will walk in and go, "Hey, you guys going to get to the story of the actress getting shot?"
Back to you.
We are the worst, but that's why you guys listen to us, man.
This is the sad story. Now they're going to do a movie, and he's going to play he wasn't even an actor.
Yeah.
She was her whole life trying to, get a gig, and all of a sudden,
And he'll wind up getting a gig.
He'll get a
because
gig
of
or
this.
sell the story, to it. And the thing is,
That's
why there's
awful.
such reverse discrimination in this country? Those weren't 4 white guys that shot her down there. But if it was the other way around, if 4 white guys shot a minority, it would be all over the paper. White people shoot
Well,
you know what I mean?
It is all over the paper.
Yeah,
But it says, what does it say? It says,
It's on the front page of the
Oh,
post.
boss, it's on the front page of every
No, but
New
it's-
York
yeah, but
newspaper.
it doesn't
Well,
say-
it has
it
nothing
doesn't-
to do about race. Right.
Yeah, but if it was the other way around, it would be race involved. It would be
Right.
white people. I mean, I don't know.
I
Maybe
I have no idea what is going through a person's head when they can just unload on an unarmed woman in the street like that. They wound up stealing a couple of credit cards and some stuff out of her purse. She's laying there dying. They're rifling through her purse, dumping stuff on the street and grabbing stuff. Animal. There is no redeeming value in these people. There's no reason they should ever be kept alive. It's disgusting. And the fact is, when they do catch these people, there's some scumbag lawyer will come out and say how it was horrible, how they were raised, and the poverty and the abuse that they must have suffered, and that's why they did it. If society would help these people, it would. Blah blah blah. Please, you gotta just kill these people.
Yeah.
They will never amount to anything. They're murderers, rapists, and thieves that need to just be wiped out.
Well, Anthony, it costs less money to just throw them in jail.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Good.
Who cares?
Who cares?
They don't have a right to live at that point, but...
Yeah, but you know what? I've been harassed down that area. There's a lot of great restaurants, and then you go a block, and it's just crappy.
It's because they want to be so trendy. Look where we're putting a restaurant.
Yeah.
Look where our bar is. We found this diamond in the rough here. Ooh, I'm so hip. I know about these cool places to go. You know something? Screw it. I'll go to TGI Fridays in Times Square. That's where I'm going, Pally. I know it's safe.
Oh, you think?
The worst that's going to happen is memorabilia is going to fall off the wall and hit you. A trumpet hit me.
A canoe oar fell on my table,
Yeah, it's the
and my
worst thing that
nachos
could happen.
flew into my face. Oh, some waitress's flare fell off, and the pin on the button hit my hand.
Very funny, but, they've been having stories about Times Square, too, that there's a lot of gang violence in Times Square.
Gangs in
I
Times Square?
swear to you,
Gangs?
yes.
Well, there was that place Barcode. It closed. There was that video game bar, and there were guys getting shot in there all the
Yeah,
time.
dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's still a pretty serious problem. All these tourists have no idea that there's all sorts of turf wars going on as they're shopping for their trinkets. I'm
I guess
serious.
then it's
It's
the
not as
safety in numbers thing. Because you figure there's so many people around, the odds that you're going to be the gazelle that gets its throat ripped out are a little slim, as if you're the only one by the watering hole.
Right. Yeah, you're right. That is the difference.
Yeah.
When you're in Times Square, yeah, you're safe because it's
You're in a
safe
pack.
in numbers, as they say. Sure.
Have you ever gone into one of those electronic stores in there and you just say you want like a little mini disc recorder or something? They're like $100 or so. They're like $1,200 there because they think you're from France and you're going to spend all your money.
If you buy anything in a New York City electronics store, you're out of your mind.
Oh, look, it comes with 3 shirts.
And they have these huge window displays.
Yeah.
With like they'll have a computer in the display and it'll be like $10.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, and that gets you in there. And then, yes, my friend, what do you buy, my friend? Yes, my friend. What do you want? iPod? We have iPod, my friend. $12,000 iPod. No, cheapest price around. $12,000. What the? What?
But then you'll argue like you'll be a stupid tourist and go, yeah, 12,000. Oh, no, I'll pay 6.
Okay, $6,000 just for you, my friend. Boy, you should have taken me.
I know.
Because I've seen those guys work. It's like, you idiot. It's still way
The
overpriced.
second you get interested in an item, they're like, Habib, ring this up. Come here, my friend. Come here. You want to buy the guarantee for another $500? Very good, my friend. And you're rung up. They put the bag in your hand, take the money out of your pocket. You walk out like you were raped. You're like, what what happened?
They're throwing confetti.
Officer, I was forced into a purchase. He made me buy it.
They took my kid.
My friend.
My friend.
Oh, the worst. Stuff that you could get at the Wiz for like $5. Yes, $150. What? It's a jack for headphones.
I know. You got to get batteries on a payment plan.
They are the worst.
They are. It's why you go into those
does
stores.
that?
Dude, remember when we tried to get the binoculars?
Binoculars.
So we could spy on the apartment buildings when they put us up in a hotel for about a month and a half
when we first
moved
got
back
here,
to
we
New
didn't
York.
have places to live and stuff, so they put us up in a hotel, and we had overlooking the whole city, and we noticed there were a lot of windows. So we were peeking and kind of seeing things going on, women naked, walking around and stuff, and we figured if we had binoculars, this would really rock. So we go to one of these stores that sell like cameras, binoculars, optics, and
that's where you got the whole bit from. Because I remember the guys like it was a real cheap pair of binoculars. And
very good optics, my friend.
Wanted
all of a
literally
sudden, they're not just binoculars.
Right. Yeah.
Fine optics, my friend.
He wanted like $200 for him, and it was obvious that there's no way. And just like we just said, I think we said, "Hey, man, no, we won't pay more than 70." And I'm like, "Oh, 70." Gave it to us or whatever. And then we're looking at this thing going,
this
"You got
cheap piece of crap."
This is like a $10 freaking item.
It's a monocle.
And we walked out feeling like, yeah, we showed him.
It still had caramel coated popcorn stuck to it where he pulled it out of the Cracker Jack box. This cheap piece of crap that we paid like $70
Whatever,
for.
yeah. I mean, we obviously overpaid.
Yes, my friend.
How creepy is that? You're up in your window with binoculars looking, and then you see somebody else with binoculars, and you're going, "Look at that creep! Look at that freak!"
I felt creepy the first time I did that from this hotel window until we got the binoculars, and then you're looking into all these apartments, and you're seeing telescope after telescope after telescope after telescope.
People love it.
I'm like, okay, I'm not the only perv out there.
And to tell you the truth, we didn't see much. The one thing we did see.
Oh, that's legendary. We talk about it all the time.
Where we're looking, and without the binoculars, you see forms and think, you almost fantasize in your head what it is. You just see this human form moving, and it was a woman in a nightgown in the kitchen area of her house. And that was the reason we went out and got the binoculars.
Right.
Because it was like, we got to get a better look at this chick.
It wasn't a nightgown, though.
It was, that's what we saw from a distance.
You thought, okay.
Yeah, from a distance. We get the binoculars, come back, and when we took a look, it's like, oh my God. It was 70 years old, would you say?
I don't know. She was up there.
70-year-old woman in her,
one piece
bathing suit.
Because it was like August, July, whatever. It was really hot.
Yeah, so she wore her big one piece with this old woman bunt hanging out and everything. These droopy boobs just like in this one piece. And she was in her kitchen stirring her sauce on her stove.
And she did this
and we're sitting there.
She does this every night.
And we're idiots. So after a couple of days, we're just, all right, get the binoculars again, we'll look. And then we're just going, yeah, you stir that sauce, you dirty bitch. Yeah, Grandma.
I forgot that
You
part. Yeah.
stir it. I got a cream sauce here if you want it, you filthy whore, old bitch. Stir that sauce. Look at the way she's grabbing that spoon with 2 hands. Come on, put your mouth over the spoon, Granny.
I made out with her in South Beach.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, you did.
Well, that's why that's why reality shows are so big, because we're so nosy. We care about everybody else's lives.
That's right.
It goes from binoculars to telescopes to looking in.
Voyeur.
Look what this is. That's what it's about.
I
we wanna
love being a voyeur.
You either want to see smut. Here's what people want to see all the time. You want to see smut, which is naked women or something, or you want to see people that are in worse position than you are. So you can look at them and go, look at this ass, and feel a little better about yourself. You know, when you watch that reality show that we goof on with the fatties.
Celebrity Fit Club.
Celebrity Fit Club.
Yeah.
When you're looking at the Snapple lady trying to squeeze out a sit-up, I mean, it's wonderful. And all you have to do is go, hey, I could do 2 of those.
I know.
And now you're feeling better about yourself because she can't get her fat head up off the mat.
And she's jumping up and down because she lost 12 pounds or whatever it was.
I did it.
You're still 5'2", 302 pounds.
Yeah.
What's the big deal?
And you're an eyesore to look at. To
Oh,
begin
my
with.
God, what a mess.
That's so.
She's the best, though, because she claims that she overate her whole life because her parents decided to have more kids.
They had a hypnotist talk to her and put her under, and she starts weeping about how she didn't get attention because twins were born. And
do we have that clip? We got to play for Vibe.
She went from being the girl that was doted over to, just another kid in the family. Oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You should have kicked your mom in the stomach when she was pregnant, and then you wouldn't be fat.
Okay, I have friends that have 11 kids in their family. They're not all fatties, okay? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so obviously the attention was spread out throughout, I mean, I was a middle kid and I had problems, but it wasn't because of my parents. You know what I'm saying? It was. But I didn't overeat. Well, I come to think of it, I did drugs. That was
comes from a big family.
Yeah, but you know what I mean?
I screwed up everybody. I was the overachiever, and I messed it up for everybody, man.
But you don't have a bunch of fatties in your family.
Well, it's not the kid's fault. It's that's child abuse, too. If you're force-feeding your kid McDonald's, and your kid becomes a toy on the beach, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're kicking him around because he's a little roly-poly zero, and and that's America. But America, how you're sitting. We've watched that show. You're glued to it, going.
Oh, I know.
Do these people have any dignity left in their lives?
When Ralphie May took his shirt off and dove in that pool, and they had an underwater camera. It was, I swear to you, for a second, I thought it was Jacques Cousteau, the manatee. I thought it was a manatee special.
Yeah. And
just a blubber that was...
No one looks good underwater,
moving.
but Ralphie May just... I don't know.
When we were in the house in Last Comic.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. He'll say he got naked, right? And he could walk around naked because
he's self-censoring. Yeah.
Well, he's
fat.
But I'm telling you, it's so hard to describe. He farted, but I'm telling you, it was like a rumble. It was. I'm not. Like, we were sitting outside the pool. It was Dave, me, and I don't know. And it sounded like elephants running through the jungle, right? But it didn't just come out. It was, and the whole place started vibrating. I'm telling you, it was the loudest thing. I thought like a baby fell out of his ass. It was horrible. You could ask anybody. It was just brutal. Ugh.
Wow.
That's funny. We got the clip of Wendy. You got to hear why she overate.
Yeah.
And the scene where you are now, Wendy, is it daytime or nighttime?
It's daytime.
Are you on your own or is anybody with you?
My brother and sister are there.
How old are you?
I am too.
Tell me what's happening.
We just had twins.
Who's we?
My parents.
Your parents just had twins. What does that mean to you at 2? They've just had twins.
I am not the center of attention.
You're not the baby anymore. They've replaced you twice.
You think when you're a 2-year-old, what must have really been happening when you were the center of everybody's world, and then suddenly you're not.
I'm crying about being 2. Well, this is moronic.
At their next session, Marissa revisits the subject of Wendy's childhood.
You felt empty. What have you been doing with the emptiness ever since?
Filling it up
with
food.
So,
Who watches this at home and takes this seriously? I was laughing so hard.
Oh, I know.
You know, at 2, so, you know, she was getting the attention, so she gets in the car and goes down and buys a couple of chicken parm dinners. Okay, you're 2 years old. What do? You walk into the kitchen and say, you know what? I'm going to have a little meatloaf milkshake or something. You're 2. You don't cook your own food.
I know. I'm 2 years old.
Somebody's force-feeding you.
How fat could you get on Lorna Doones? You know?
Stop making excuses and just take care of yourself. I'm so sick of people that make excuses for their problems in life. I really am.
Now
own up to it.
No one had a normal life.
You're 100% right.
And most people hide behind, well, it was because my parents got divorced and I didn't see love in the... Shut up.
Yeah.
Now I know it was because when I was 2 years old... 2?
I think that's in this next... We do have
I don't even...
Want to play the next clip?
Who remembers 2? How do you even remember 2 years old?
I can't find love in food.
And I can't find love in food.
And I have no interest in looking for love in food.
And I have no interest in looking for love in food. Marissa really opened up a whole new world for me, and I think that maybe this time I got it.
Now I understand for the first time in my whole life where it all started from for me and what I did and how I cross-wired information.
Psychobabble.
I understand now. This is so hard. That knowledge is power. And I really believe that you guys have given me a gift and empowered me, that now I can look at a plate of food and say, am I being 2 years old now, or am I being the adult that I am when I make this choice? And now that I know what I'm dealing with, I got it. And I'm going to be great to me, and I'm going to be great to my team. I'm trying.
Now let's go have a brisket.
Yeah, let's celebrate with a moose leg. You slob.
You know what? Now I get it. You know what? In this country, we can't sue anybody over food or we're not dumb. Everywhere says it's not healthy. Okay,
right.
So you don't have 12 of them. You have one.
A little moderation.
When I was 2, my mother bought a parrot. So so now I started raping every kid in the neighborhood.
Exactly.
When I was
God forbid
2.
your parents wanted another kid.
Yeah.
You spoiled, self-centered bitch.
You little rat.
Jesus.
All right, now you eat all the other kids' food. The kids emaciated. All right.
I finally now know. Oh, she didn't know when she was just putting everything in her mouth? Every bit of food? Overeating? You don't know. You need a reason? What's the reason? Because she's trying to find love in food.
Yeah. Good. She should be flying over to Super Bowl.
Find love in food?
You want to
hollow out the cantaloupe, put it in a microwave for a minute, warm it up? You're getting your love in a little food there, right? Sure.
You want to play the really fast for Voss? The Mia clip?
I like her.
We think she's a spoiled brat too.
Oh,
Mia
Tyler?
Yeah, but at least she stood up to the one guy.
Yeah, but
she had no leg to stand. She had big fat legs to stand up, but she had no leg to stand up.
She had crazy things to say, though. I think this is the clip, actually. Listen to this.
Mia, last week you weighed 210 pounds. Ooh. We set a weight loss target for you of 4 pounds. Tonight, you weigh 205 pounds.
5 pound weight loss. Wow, a whole 5 pounds.
Well, she took her makeup off.
That's one good dump, is all that is.
You feel
Seriously,
like
think about it.
It's a good start.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Marissa?
You get lots of work as a plus-size model.
I do.
You look beautiful. Your husband adores you. I have to ask you this. Why are you here? What's your motivation?
I'm not here to get thin. I don't ever want to be thin. It's not about being thin. It's about being healthy. So I'm trying to as much be here for myself as be here for the rest of the world who's watching this show.
So, Mia.
Yes.
Here it comes.
Your husband likes you the way you are.
Yes.
Do you think he's going to like you once you lose the weight?
Yes.
As much as he does while you're fat?
Yes.
Really?
Wait, would you call me fat?
Fat.
So you're telling me that girls my size aren't sexy?
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying,
Okay.
I think he'll like you a whole lot more.
I think you have issues. I think you've got more issues with your body size and being fit, and you care too much. I think that's not good for your head. I think you need to lighten up and be a little easier on yourself. Me being this size doesn't make me any less sexy. I could be 800 pounds and I'd still be sexy.
You believe that you could be 800 pounds and be
Yep.
sexy.
It's in your head. It's not about your size. I
You
smoke
cannot
crack.
stand there and tell me if you weigh 800 pounds, you would be sexy.
I'm saying people like you in the world who say people aren't sexy like me, being my size, that's what causes people to be bulimic and anorexic and want to go get their noses done and their lips all pumped up. There's
All right.
nothing wrong with being yourself.
So you saying I condone that?
That's how it seems.
No.
You tried to say
I'm just
last
telling
week.
you that
you
at
tried
800
to tell me
pounds,
last
you would
week
not be sexy.
That it seemed like it was
I
okay for me
guarantee
to
you
starve
gain 800
myself.
pounds, you would not look sexy.
I
That's
guarantee
what I'm
there's a
telling
million
you.
people in this
All right?
world that would say otherwise, and I could give a
Your
what you say.
weight loss for the next 2 weeks to be 8 pounds.
That's fine.
How delusional.
Well, she took the wrong angle because she should have said, "Well, look, you're a black male and I'm a white chick. You like me heavy, you know." I mean, they like heavy chicks.
That's right.
But why do you think she's a brat? You know, that she said.
You could just tell in her attitude that she was like, I don't know. She got her way growing up.
Yeah. And this whole thing where she's saying you could be 800 pounds and be sexy. No. You could be a freak to some pervert who is beyond chubby chaser. There are guys out there that love monsters. Big, fat, Jabba the Hutt monsters laying on the bed. They're not humans anymore. They're literally a monster. And you get on there and just give them one. That isn't her being sexy to this gentleman. That's her being the monster he needs to get off because some problem he had when he was 2. That he has to look at this mess on a bed, practically oozing over the side of the bed, where you can tuck her side fat in with the cushions, with the comforter, and bang her. That isn't because she's sexy. And because the guy finds her sexy, she's delusional.
Waiting for the Teamsters to show up so you could have a day out of the house.
Oh, yeah, to get her out. Take her to the hospital via forklift.
With Richard Simmons in his tiny little shorts claiming he's going to help you.
Yeah, at bedside.
Crying his eyes out.
So she
Until
could
the
be on-
camera stopped rolling, then he's like, all right, get me back to Hollywood.
Get this mess away from me.
Right.
So she could be in on her couch live via satellite to Maury because she can't leave. Maury, I have a problem with oxygen in her nose. I have a problem. I want you to help me, Maury.
We're going to do everything we can in our power to
Yours.
get you out of that house because you're a special one.
Maury, I want to get out of the house. I want you.
You go.
Oh, God.
They introduce her as our next spectacle.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right this way. Just plow the whole mess into the foundation and concrete it over.
Who except Bob Kelly is at home crying over this stuff, you know? I laugh my ass off. I want to get better for my son.
Maury.
Shut up.
My
Your son's now
kids.
15, man.
Oh, the enablers that shovel Twinkies into your mouth on a daily basis? Someone's got to feed you, you mess.
It's child abuse.
Oh, I laugh my ass off. The fatties on TV is the best.
When they can't move and they're live via satellite. Can we get the picture up at the home of the Maury? Oh, and they flash it on that big fat face with the oxygen pumping.
When was the last time you were out of the house?
Well, I believe Kaja Gugu's single went to #1. We went out that day. I ate 1,500 Big Macs. I haven't left my couch since.
We're going to get you out of that house. We'll start with an exercise program.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, she's ready for that. How about do a couple of pinky ups? That's about all she can. We got to start slow.
Okay.
How about twitch your fat nose?
All right. You tell Gilbert to help you.
Yeah. We're gonna give, and then they give her things like a treadmill, like she's ever gonna be able to use that. Yeah, you could put it in front of the fridge and have it launch food into her mouth. That's about all she's gonna be able to use a treadmill for this mess. Here comes another one. Here comes another one, Ma. Open up, you slob. Boom. Put it on run and uphill, and launch the roast this way, could you? God damn.
Oh, I cannot wait to use that in the club.
And we watch and laugh.
Oh, yeah,
and
we do.
everyone else is laughing. This is not helping.
And as they're doing the interview, they're cutting a hole out of her house and
Yeah.
we could get her out.
What's that sound I'm hearing?
Oh, it's the chainsaws to cut the side out of my house. I got to go to the hospital. Oh.
She's got to wipe her ass with the couch.
Oh.
They get the SeaWorld staff literally to, how they transport
Put her in the sling and put water over her back. Keep her blowhole moist. I gotta go, Maury. Yeah, no, the truck is here to take me to the hospital.
Oh, man, is that funny and the
What a
truth.
mess.
Look, I understand everyone is born with, like, a body type. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And then it's really up to you to try to stay within that range. I'm talking about the people that understand their body type, but then just get completely messy and out of control. You know what I mean?
There are people
I've
that
seen,
are bigger
We've
and
said
people
this
that are
on this
small.
show. I've seen women that are a little overweight or whatever, but they're still sexy and stuff because they do try to take care of themselves. They try to keep their weight down into that body type that you're born with.
Dress for it.
Dress for it, and just exactly.
You're
But
gonna
then
get
there's
women,
others that
Yep.
just completely give up. It's like, I'm fat, so I might as well just keep getting fatter and fatter.
Yeah, that's what happens. And then I reached 500 pounds. I was always a big girl. Ever since I was 2 when my parents had twins, I was always a big girl. And then they ask, well, when did it really start being a problem? Well, when I reached 600 pounds, it's like, 550 wasn't a problem? It's always like that line.
Yeah.
600, I realized I wasn't able to move around as much as I used to. What? It's mental problems. And like Mia Tyler was saying, that isn't sexy.
Yeah.
It's never sexy.
And then you ever see when they wear the halter tops and their stomach
And the gut is hanging over their genital area.
Oh.
The thighs, they're sitting and their legs are spread apart because they can't even close them because that big lump of midsection fat is hanging. Oh. Wonderful. Yeah, that's sexy, Mia Tyler.
That's sexy.
800
You're
pounds
right.
is very sexy.
It's
Be real.
It's sexy. The little kids walking by going, "How much is that in the window?" And do you ever see a fat person and they get their belly button pierced?
Oh, that's good.
That's real nice too. That's an attractive sight.
Draw attention to it.
That's only because on the beach, so the metal detectors can find your fat ass. You horrible walking mess. Ugh. And on stage last night, I was trashing this big fat guy. He comes walking in. I mean, he was gigantic, and I'm going, and I go, you must be, how long you married? He goes, 21 years. I go, well, she's a hostage and she can't get out of the house now. You're not married. She doesn't love you. She's stuck, You probably fatten her up too,
Oh, yeah.
But audiences get so mad when you attack a fat person, but yet a skinny person, you can say whatever you want to a skinny person.
Have a sandwich.
It's, look at it, it's skinny or a thermometer. But a fat person.
Because people know the skinny person's going out and being looked at as they're attractive, and you kind of get this thing like, if you're going to goof on it, go ahead, goof on the skinny person.
Yeah.
They need a little, a little ribbing every so often because they're accepted and loved in society.
Yeah.
And the fat person isn't, because they're a pain in the ass. When you walk into an airplane and you look at your seat and see a fat guy sitting in the seat next to you, it's like you just go, son of a bitch, why? Lose some weight. Now it's inconveniencing me.
Yes, when it's rolling over to your thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's more reason you should trash them then.
Right.
Everybody knows that they're, it's their problems, and everywhere you go, they're just they're slow.
It's just not okay to be that overweight. It's
You're
just
walking
not.
through an aisle in a supermarket and they're blocking the whole aisle.
Anthony, good time to take a break because you just segged into a perfect thing here.
Oh, what?
Well, Norton's not here today. Voss filling in, doing a great job. Voss is, where are you going to be again? Rascals in
Montclair.
Montclair. All
Rich
weekend
Voss,
long.
Bonnie McFarlane.
Nice. That's a good show,
The
man.
Stiller Mirror show.
And then, and Norton is going to be at Comedy
George
Works.
and Gracie.
Yeah. Norton's going to be at Comedy Works in Albany this weekend. That's why he's not here. He had to, drive last night, I guess. He could have drove after the show today, actually, but whatever. From his Yellow Discipline CD, Jim Norton's talking about fat people on airplanes, Anthony. Perfect.
Like
Perfect
he's here.
seg.
Like he's
Just
here.
can't stand this phony niceness. That's why I like Southwest Airlines.
We got a lot of visitors today, Anthony.
Yes, we do.
Usually we broadcast, and it's just the staff of the Opie and Anthony program, and
no one's stupid enough to get up this early.
And we're kind of, honestly, sick of looking at each other. You know, it's the same freaking guys every morning. Hey, what's up, Eric? Hey, Ben. Hey, Steve. Hey, Derek. Hey, Danny. Hey, Nathaniel. Hey, gay guy.
Wow.
And but today there's a lot of action. We got Rich Voss sitting in for Jim Norton, who's up in Albany doing his comedy thing this weekend. And we got CBS this morning.
Yeah.
Charles Osgood show, right?
I guess so.
We got a reporter out there. He's taking notes on his little notepad, and he's going to be interviewing us after the program to
setting up the cameras
to talk about indecency, I guess.
What are they doing? An FCC thing?
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, they're not going to talk about our hobbies or anything.
I wonder if they'll bring up the Hot 97 debacle.
They just might, Anthony.
With the tsunami song.
So the CBS crew is out there with their cameras and everything. They're going to come in here and start rolling the famous B-roll.
Ah, yes. Okay. Clear the board because they're going to have to get a shot of that.
Yeah.
Clear the meters.
They're going to need to show the meters going up and down, and then they're going to have to get a shot of the on-air sign.
On the air sign. Yeah, they need that shot.
So just so make sure the shit dick sign is right next to the on the air sign.
Yeah, I'd like to see him put that on CBS.
CBS. You're
a little rough.
There he is right there. You're doing the story, right? And is it going to be on this Sunday? Because our listeners want to know.
I'm on the producer. It's going to be on February the 6th at Super Bowl. It's sort of the anniversary of the wardrobe malfunction.
It's going to be during the Super Bowl?
I heard about that.
It's going to be on the morning of the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Right.
We're on Sunday morning. Super Bowl's on Sunday, February 6th. We're on from 9 to 10:30 across the country.
Yeah, I know. I watch every Sunday.
Doesn't that interfere with the pregame? Like runs from, I think, midnight the night before all the way through.
Yeah, it runs a long time, but you're terrific to do this. This is an interesting.
You kidding me?
story.
I'm a big fan of the Charles Osgood CBS this morning. I watch it every Sunday morning.
Good, and now
I love when you end with like the sounds of nature, like a little stream and it's snowing.
We leave you.
That's you?
That's you? Sunday morning.
This guy wants to take credit for doing the footage of that. Or the birds just chirping in a tree because it's early spring and you just sit at home with your coffee and your New York Times. Yes, I read the New York Times on Sundays only. And you sit there like, you feel all good about yourself.
We leave you this Sunday morning with the sounds of Vermont.
Right, exactly.
And then they just show. Do they have to send you all the way up to like Vermont if they need sounds of Vermont?
Huh?
You go everywhere.
Yeah? And
Could you go to this canyon and get a picture of a chipmunk and bring it back? Because we want to leave people with the sounds of chipmunks.
Right. And then you feel like you want to live there. You're like, I want to move there.
I got to go there.
And then you walk out your home and you hear, you son of a bitch.
Sunday morning, here's the sights of sunrise in Arizona. And you're like, oh, look, sunrise in Arizona. It's very peaceful. Meanwhile, this guy's like, oh, where's my next ticket for? I gotta go, oh no, an iceberg.
Right.
How am I gonna get that?
The sounds of an iceberg moving. Do you have 100 years to kill?
We leave you with the sounds of a tsunami. Look, I will not
partake in the sounds of a tsunami.
Oh, there we go. They're rolling what they call the B-roll.
Yeah, the B-roll.
This is the stuff that they go to when the voiceover is happening.
Excuse me, sir. Those two people are not that important, so you don't need to film them at all.
Let me explain something about national TV and Rich Voss. Okay, let me explain something. What a big act I am. The fact that I would get up this early to do this bullshit. Let me tell you something. I'm big. All right. And
yeah, you're so big. He's not even panning over.
I know. He's not even panning over. Sounds are bigger than me. Look, we were going to put Voss on, but we have leaves turning colors.
Aren't you? Aren't you contractually obligated to a different network?
Not at all.
No, you could be on CBS.
What are you kidding?
No, he's not allowed to be on CBS. They just pan away from him.
I thought he was a big star.
Let me explain something.
Here's this. He's sticking his head in the camera.
Putting his head, he's moving the camera.
He doesn't want it.
You're such a nothing, boss.
Here's the sounds of an idiot trying to sound intelligent.
Boss thought he actually wanted to videotape him because he said, Rich, could you look into the camera? But he was just white balancing off his teeth.
Have you ever seen bigger, faker teeth in your life,
These
sir?
are nice teeth.
That's right.
You like his teeth?
Almost as nice as mine.
Yeah?
We'll leave you with chipmunks in the studio. Big choppers? No, nothing?
Nothing.
I was trying.
All right, so now we have to feel all uncomfortable because they're rolling
Yeah.
B-roll. Are you going to roll B-roll for a long time or just for a few minutes, right? Okay.
He's going to get all kinds of different angles.
All right.
Is there sound on this, or are they? Yeah.
Oh,
Got
really?
sound and everything?
Yeah, that's the sound guy. Look at him.
Because usually it's during voiceover. They usually, we'll tell you what, because we've done these kind of things before, seasoned veterans. And what usually happens is we'll say something really bad and outrageous. They'll have the sound up on that, and then they'll turn it down and do the voiceover of, how horrible they are. Is this the type of entertainment that people need to listen to?
And we always get, kind of rooked into the whole thing. Everyone is all nice and happy, and they're just rolling B-roll.
The staff is always very cordial, and we definitely
Right.
appreciate that. But then sometimes we get on the air and watch the program, and when everything was all nice and fine, and then we see the program, this is the type of filth that is being broadcast on satellite radio.
It'll be out of context. All of a sudden, Anthony's like, I love anal. And that's all they'll show.
Yeah.
Right.
They'll just come in going, anal sex! Like that, and then it'll cut back to, this despicable stuff is actually going into outer space, bouncing off a satellite.
Your kids may be listening to this.
Should the FCC regulate satellite radio? Banging chicks! Oh, God, jeez. They had to get that line, right?
Yeah, well.
Couldn't get our in-depth conversation about the war in Iraq or anything.
We talk about weight loss. We talk about
Right.
weight loss and how, how unhealthy it is. The
How
positive
unhealthy
stuff.
weight loss is,
No,
you
I mean,
idiot.
you know what? I was going so well.
You certainly were.
Things are going so
The
good.
camera comes in and you're all, humna, chef of the future. Chef of the future. You are a Ralph Cramden stuttering, muttering ass.
He just turned off the camera because of that, Jesus.
This guy retired.
Here,
having weight loss, unhealthy, smoke cigarettes, die.
I'm cooking up Pop-Tarts so I look a little more all-American, Anthony.
Oh. Very good. You're not going to pull out a Wheaties box and show your all-American Opie boyish charm?
Yeah, well.
Looks like a young Gandalf.
What?
Nothing. He was
Okay.
Lord of the
Thank
Rings.
you.
You know what? This is the
Gandalf?
Is that his name?
It's Gandalf.
Oh, he was good. I liked him. Gandalf.
Gandalf.
It's only a word.
I like the other one, the Hobbit. What was his name? Fribble?
It's only a word.
I was with Voss. I'm like, wow, good reference.
You thought it was.
I love that.
I mispronounce everything,
I
too.
know. Who cares? People know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Get
And
an
then
idea.
the thing with the ring, Gelman. What was his name? You just know nothing. Your references to popular culture are horrid.
Anthony, a very busy day on the phone
Yes.
is Ezra calling from Boston. We know a little bit about Boston, don't we, Anthony?
Of course.
From the improper Bostonian.
Ezra.
Ezra.
Yes.
What's up, man?
Hello.
Ezra is calling in because he wants to talk to us about something. I don't know. I don't know what it was. Something about pranks in Boston or something like that?
Yeah, I'm working on a story on pranks in Boston, and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about your April Fool's prank involving Mayor Menino and how that unfolded.
Oh,
Well, I
okay.
don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Well, we decided to just do it during the show because we're very busy with the CBS crew today after the show, so we figured this was better than nothing.
All right, cool.
So the story's about that particular prank or pranks in general?
Pranks in general in Boston,
What
involving a lot of them involving the colleges, but
What kind of other pranks are there?
Harvard Lampoon has pulled some good ones.
Yeah?
Like kidnapping Jon Stewart and things like that, but
Kidnapping Jon Stewart?
What about the year they put the car on top of that dome there?
oh yeah, MIT is big on putting stuff on top of their dome.
Yeah.
But
one year it was a car. One year it was a huge. What was it? Like that thing you put on stupid people. That
A dunce cap?
like a dunce cap.
They put a dunce cap up
Yeah,
there?
on top of the dome.
Oh,
one
MIT
year.
is just known for their sense of humor.
out of
Those
control.
guys are a scream.
Doing their
yeah, they
tax.
put a cow from the Hilltop Steakhouse up there, but that's about as far as they've gone with.
I guess when you're not getting laid, you
Yeah.
got plenty of time to do plenty of other stuff.
Yeah,
You
BU
have
just
time to assemble a cop car on the roof of the dome.
yeah. Boston College just laughs at MIT like, ha, we're getting laid every night while they're doing silly stuff.
Yeah. Meanwhile, who's going to be making all the money when
Yeah.
they get out?
You know, I'll tell
MIT.
you about a prank that involves one of my brother's best friends. He was going to, I think, MIT, and the Charles River froze over. This actually made People magazine, and it was my brother's, one of his best friends growing up, and they took his whole dorm room and put it out in the middle of the Charles River.
I heard about that one.
When it iced over. I mean, everything, his bed, his desk, his just everything he had in his room.
Jackasses.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And that made People magazine one year, back in the mid-'80s, I guess, or something like that. So,
What's his name?
David Cook, I believe.
Cook?
Yes.
That's a good one.
Well, you want to know about the mayor thing, huh?
I want to know about Menino and specifically the pies. I'm curious about that whole aspect of the
Are you
story.
serious?
Retribution, that was the retribution phase of that prank. You know how every April Fool's the jocks get on the air and start trying to pull gags on their listeners? I don't know any listeners that actually fall for this anymore. They're the dumbest things, like, look, we changed format, and they'll play like 5 Elvis songs in a row and say we went all Elvis. Or they say if you look out your window at noon, you'll see a meteorite in the sky. They try to get their listeners to do things.
Or another radio station, what's that little hill in Boston?
There's a little hill in Boston?
Yeah, what is it? Blue Hill or something? What is it called?
Beacon Hill?
No, not Beacon Hill. It's
Bunker
more,
Hill?
No, it's more in the
Scandal Hill.
It's more in the
Scandal.
It's more. It's more in the suburbs of Boston, and one radio station claimed that it was an old volcano and it was going to erupt.
It's going to erupt.
Oh, Blue Hills, right? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That was another one, and then your $5 bills are no longer usable. They're worthless now.
That was a good one.
So that throws everyone in a panic. Like, what are they going to do with their $5 bills?
What about the other one? My wife was killed by a black guy. Was that an April Fool's gag?
That was an April Fool's, I believe.
And then I'm going to jump off the Tobin Bridge.
Yeah, that one was pretty elaborate.
You gotta love Boston. I love the racial sensitivity in Boston. It's
Thank
wonderful.
you.
Oh, look at that.
So, we decided, well, actually, Opie decided. He always says I blame him for things that get us fired, but this one is totally his.
But you could speak up any time. That's what I don't get. Because then I'm looked at as the psycho.
I was brand new to radio. Just been in it for as long as we were at WAAF, so I was just damn happy to be there. I wasn't making any waves. I liked my job. I didn't want to go back to construction.
I woke up in a really bad mood, and there was no dog around to kick, so I'm like, I know what I'm going to do today.
So, instead
Get Anthony on the phone.
Instead of doing one of these lame April Fool's gags or listening to the other jocks and their gag, we figured we'd just blow the whole thing up and say that Mayor Menino was dead. And see how far we could take it, knowing it was April Fool's, knowing that the context of our show is not a news show, so no one's really going to take it seriously. And we'll just kind of have fun with it and totally take that April Fool's gag to the umpteenth level. So Ope calls me up and suggests we do this. I just woken up, as usual, and I'm groggy, so I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And we get in, and we started the ball rolling. Just kind of got on. And
it took a while. Because we kept looking at each other going, are we really going to do this?
You are such a professional broadcaster with a mouthful of Pop-Tart.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I think it was about an hour into the show, we kind of teased that we had news about the mayor, and then we decided, we looked at each other and went, all right, let's give it a shot.
Let's do it.
And then
we had a fake news report. We had some guy with a real good, deep radio voice who's actually still doing radio in the New York area. We'd never ratted him out. He put together like this fake news report. Guy on the scene at the mayor's car wreck. He said that he had wrecked in his car. Now, the problem was he was on a plane back from Florida at the same time we had done this, so no one could get in touch with him to confirm that he was dead or alive. So it kind of had more legs than we had hoped. And
you had no idea that was going to be the case when you...
No, we didn't know. We knew he was out of town, but we didn't know he was going to be on a plane on his way back during this whole thing. And the story got progressively more ridiculous as it went along. Like, at first it was just he was in an accident, then he was killed, and then he was also with a young Laotian boy and a prostitute. Like, we just made it get more and more outrageous. Patrice is here, too. Patrice O'Neill.
It's a party today.
Yeah.
He's carrying 2 briefcases that have sex toys in them.
Sex toys in them, by the way.
How much is that in the window?
Oh, Jesus. That is not appropriate. Look at him.
Sorry.
We are just a big man. Yeah, so We had been doing that, I guess. It lasted about an hour, I guess. And we started getting complaints coming in. Our program director started getting phone calls from the mayor's office saying to stop this immediately. They didn't find it very funny. And we didn't stop it.
Yeah, I don't know why, but
he came in.
We didn't stop it.
Bitched at us, told us to stop it. We didn't stop. We kept it going. By the end of the show, I think the news had already started picking up on it.
Oh my God, there was already a crawl on
TV about our prank. The next day, we were back on the air, and the news now full force about how the mayor was so pissed off that we had done this. His family had heard that he was killed and were upset. Now, meanwhile, we were on like it was a hard rock station. I mean, really, teens and young men were all that was listening to this. I doubt the mayor's family was really paying attention or taking it seriously. You know, yeah, you could switch to BZ up there in Boston and not hear a word about it, but Opie and Anthony on WAAF, we're breaking the news about the mayor.
Right.
So it snowballed, which these things do. If you saw what happened to Hot 97 down here with that tsunami song, things snowball. The press gets a hold of it and forget about it. Nothing looks worse than something that was funny in the context of a show written out with quotation marks around it in a transcript. It totally changes the whole mood of what was going on. So the mayor thing blew up on us. The press got a hold of it, ran with it, and the mayor decided that we had to go in order for him to stop. I don't know if he could have brought an FCC complaint against us. I doubt it. They say that you're not allowed to get on the air and do anything that will take away emergency resources like police or fire.
It's called the hoax rule.
The hoax rule.
Yeah, it really is.
Named after James Hoax, I believe, who first did it. No, it's the hoax rule.
Which
no hoaxing.
Yeah.
You can do hoaxes. You just can't have it interfere with emergency services like police or fire. They were saying that what we did take resources away because the mayor, being the head of the city, in charge of police and fire, a little stretch, but they were going to try to hit us with that as far as the FCC went. The mayor said, look, everything will be fine if you just fire these two guys. They did a week-long investigation on who was involved, aside from us, who else was responsible, program director, general manager, and it ended how we knew it was going to end, with us being brought into a conference room at the beautiful Colonnade Hotel and told that our contract was being terminated.
Yeah, they terminated us. They didn't fire us. We thought we were going to get killed, actually.
Yeah.
A mafia-looking dude looked at us and goes, sorry to meet under these circumstances, but we're going to have to terminate your contracts.
Now, what you were talking about happened in the interim between the time that we did the prank and were fired. The people were scrambling at the station to try to save our jobs. One idea that our program director, Dave Douglas, who was just a tool, had was to get a hold of the mayor, tell him we have an idea how to smooth things over. They'd have us go into the middle of town, get in those olden time stocks that they used to put people in that were bad in the middle of town, and the mayor would then throw pies at our faces, and this would solve everything.
Is this the worst radio idea ever?
That has hack written all over it. So we hear about this, and me and Opie then go on the air, because they actually let us on the air for a couple of days after this prank happened. And this is, again, it's textbook. It's what happens. When DJs screw up, management will let them go on the air the very next day, because they're hoping it blows over. Then once the press gets a hold of it, it is over, Johnny. You are off the air, suspended, they call it, right up until you're fired. And by the way, when you're suspended, you're already fired. The company's just figuring out how to contractually, pay you and who's going to replace you. So you're already fired. So they figured they would throw pies at us. We got on the air after we heard this idea and just said no. There is no way. And this is after our boss was telling us, this is what we're doing. We're going to smooth things out.
Oh, they already
bought the pies.
The pies. It was on like a forklift. Because they even bought way too many pies. There was hundreds of them.
Hundreds, yeah.
And it wasn't like
they ordered the pies, and did they consult Menino on this? Did
No,
Menino agree to hit you with pies?
They were grabbing at straws. They were like, "Oh, get the pies, order the pies. All right, then we'll go. I'll talk to Menino. He's got to say yes." They were freaking out.
They were so stupid. They were just convinced that the mayor. They didn't have to talk to the mayor. He was just going to agree to this. And it wasn't.
You'd say, well, as long as you've got some pies.
Yeah, and it wasn't the old school pies that you see on some of these old TV shows where all of a sudden someone gets pied in the face
a
live
pie
on TV.
tin with whipped cream. Let's say.
These were real pies that would do damage, man. It was
frozen.
It was like literally frozen apple pies, right?
They might as well throw a disket at your head.
They couldn't even get the real pies.
Did you say disket?
I said a disc or whatever.
It's a discus.
Whatever, discus, disket.
Retard.
Disket.
A disket.
The producer over there
threw a Trisket at him.
The producer from CBS is just amazed at your stupidity.
No,
he is having such a good time in that corner. We're leaving him alone, but he is just amazed at you.
Every time I look at him, I think it's Joe Franklin. First of all, I screwed up a couple words because I'm under a lot of pressure here today.
Joe Frankel.
I can't wait to see this story, and you're not even one shot.
It doesn't matter to me. When I'm at the Oscars in a couple of weeks, I'm going to call.
Yeah, and Norton is just beyond bummed out today. He's like, I am missing the one day that you guys are getting national TV.
Jimmy Norton, a huge part of this program, and he's not even here for
and
the
Bumble Lips just came in.
Yeah. We got this guy.
I made two mistakes. A couple. What did I call it? A disket?
A disket.
Yeah. So getting back to Ezra from the Improper Bostonian, who's on the phone writing a story on Boston pranks.
Yeah.
They also hired a PR firm to try to smooth things over, and one of their bright ideas, besides
this is after the mayor said, "Hell no."
The
pie thing.
Well, there was two other things besides ordering the pies for the mayor. They decided that they needed a photo op with the mayor shaking the hand of Bruce Mittman, who was the general manager of AAF at the time, who was a midget in real life. He's like 5'4", I think.
Very short man.
So they hired a photographer, and they got the mayor's schedule. This is a true story. And the midget, we love the guy, actually. We love and hate him, actually.
Yeah.
He was kind of in hiding behind a bush. And the mayor comes out of one of his things he was doing that day, and Bruce Mittman, God love him, man, comes running out of the bushes with the photographer in tow and just grabs the mayor's hand and starts shaking it like, "Hey, Mayor Menino, pleasure to meet you." Doesn't even really say who he is or anything. And of course the mayor's like shaking his hand, and the photographer's like, "Ka-chee, ka-chee, ka-chee." And now they want to get that picture on the Boston Herald with the caption, "See, the mayor's okay with AAF." Yeah, here's a picture of them making up.
Mayor and AF general manager shaking hands.
That also went horribly wrong. I don't think that picture ever. No, it did appear. I believe it's out there somewhere.
It didn't help. We know because of history, nothing helped.
Right.
We were thrown off the air and escorted to the Connecticut state line and told never to return.
Right. So then now they're not giving up on trying to save our jobs. The mayor's like, absolutely not. I'm not throwing pies at two dopey DJs.
Now we still have a bad image and a bunch of pies. So what to do? What to do? They figured they would let us and a photographer again go down to a children's hospital.
Children's cancer kid hospital.
Terminally ill children, and present them with pies.
Because that's going to make everyone just happy.
Yeah, they're going to love us. They go, O&A, they said the mayor was dead, but look at what great guys they are giving pies to dying children.
Yeah, but you end up in a diabetic section.
Yeah.
And this is and this is April, and so now we got the forklift of pies in the lobby of this hospital, and the kids are coming out from all angles like...
We didn't even know.
Yeah,
we didn't even know it was a children's hospital. We were going to the hospital, drop off some pies, they tell us, to some people. We get down there, and it's like, it's a children's hospital. It's a terminally ill children's hospital. So they start coming out of the woodwork, and we're like, no.
One looking worse than the other.
It's not happening.
This part is not funny. I mean, this is reality. They were just, wow.
I want to meet Carl Yastrzemski. Tough kid. Here's a pie.
Right. Yeah, here's a pie. I want to live to see Christmas. Pie? Yeah, wonderful. Thank you.
And they're setting up, they're just setting it up as a big, huge press thing. The photographer's ready. They got the pies all organized. It's a photo op. The kids are gathering around the pies. We're going to present them with the pies and get a nice shot thrown in the Herald. And we'll get to go back on the radio and talk about Whip 'em Out Wednesday, everybody.
Yeah, sure.
So then we're wondering why it's taking so long to get the photo op together. Because at this point, Aunt and I are really, honestly, just confused about the whole thing.
Yeah.
We're like, what is really going on here? And they're all like, well, we got to wait for Billy.
Yeah, Billy.
Billy was the one that was in the worst shape. Billy had like a round-the-clock nurse hooked up to all sorts of machines and a wheelchair.
Oh, brought him out.
Here comes Billy.
It was like Captain Christopher Pike in that episode of Star Trek when he was just in that machine. Beep, beep, beeping once for yes, twice for no.
No, I mean, basically the buzzkill. I mean, to be honest, the kids.
Like we had a buzz in a terminally ill children's hospital in the first place.
But the kids, most of them are, understanding the situation. They got a good attitude about them. But then here comes Billy, and you could just see what little happiness there was in the room just go, and now it's like, oh my God. What is going on here?
We had to go.
So then Anthony and I are kind of hanging out with next to each other. And then there's this one of the supervisors is like, they're going to sing a few songs before we take the picture. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever, we're here. And this one girl gets up and never forget it. Kind of looked like Cindy Lou Who from the Grinch. No joke. I mean, right out of the freaking movie. And she starts singing
Silent Night.
Was it Silent Night? Silent Night. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, this is really weird. It's April and she's singing a Christmas song. And I'm like, wow, this is really strange. And looking at Anthony, we're like,
Christmas song?
Kind of looking at each other like, Christmas song. That's when the supervisor kind of leans over to Anthony and I and whispers into both of our ears at the same time. You see, Cindy's not going to make it to Christmas.
So they were singing Christmas songs in spring.
So Anthony and I at this point were like that's
okay,
it.
Done.
We get it now. No effing way. I think it was you. Looked right at the photographer. Like, if one effing picture shows up in a newspaper, we're going to, I don't know.
The idea of exploiting dying children, try to get our dopey jobs back. The way management went about the whole thing was so sleazy. It came off so sleazy that we just, we hung out, gave the kids the pies, the secondhand pies, and left, and threatened the photographer like that he was not to snap a picture. And then it was just at that point, I think we were just, please just fire us, let us move on with our job, because this whole trying to save our job thing is just getting sleazy. And they gave us the boot. We ended up getting a much better, more higher paying and more lucrative job at WNEW in New York.
One other thing that is of interest, we had the news crews following us everywhere, and it was one of the most surreal moments. I'm at my apartment in Wellesley watching the news because now we're dopey DJs and like, wow, look at us on TV, and it literally was probably the first time we really got real TV exposure.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool, even though you knew you were in deep trouble. And all of a sudden, I'm watching the 11 o'clock news, and I'm like, wow, that house looks really familiar. And I forgot the reporter's name. Is the guy that used to have the thick mustache. I think he ended up shaving it, and it was a big deal up there, by the way. And
slow news day.
And the reporter's doing this report from someone's front yard, and I'm like, that house looks really... Oh, my God, they're right outside.
We're here at the home of Greg Opie Hughes. You could see him peering out that window right there.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell by the pies on the front lawn?
Right. But it was so surreal. You're not really thinking. You're like, oh, my God, what? And then I'm looking out the window, and there's the guy doing his live report. And
Slow news day, I guess.
Yeah, and they have footage, the famous footage of them knocking on the door earlier and
no comment.
And my girlfriend at the time opened the door in a bathrobe, like, no comment, closing the door, They have all that.
Should have thrown a discus at his head.
How do you not miss anything?
Oh, with you, it's easy.
Yeah, it really is. Even I'm in on the game.
Flying out of your mouth.
And then we got whatchamacallit outside the studio that day as well, near the elevators. Trying to give our
couple more of the
trying to give our apology.
Stations. Yeah, they asked us for an apology. We really weren't good at apologizing back then. We've gotten no better at it. But back then, it's nothing worse than when a news camera's in your face asking you, would you like to apologize to the mayor, or anybody, really, and you're smirking and grinning and laughing, goes, yeah, we apologize. Just looks so bad, so insincere. And that's exactly how it did look. And, well, the rest. We got the boot. But look how things worked out. We learned from that mistake.
Yeah.
And lasted 3 more years before we got thrown out of another station. Before we
Now,
got thrown off
were
the
there any
entire
other
medium.
things that you came up with that you either before that or since then, where you said, "Okay, this is gonna go over the line in some way"?
We
should
thought
stay away from this.
We thought a couple of things were going to get us the boot. The biggest one was the voyeur bus. We had a bus with plexiglass sides, a real full-size bus, and it was gutted and set up like a little apartment with glass sides, and we had nude girls driving around in it. And we had a bunch
Teenage.
of... Yeah. Well, some of them were 18, 19 years
Well,
old.
I mean, officially the bit was called Teen Voyeur Bus.
Teen Voyeur Bus.
I mean, they were of age, though. They were 18, 19.
And when Giuliani was in office, he was always, what a stick in the mud he is about anyone having fun. So we figured we'd have this bus with some people in it from the show. Jim Norton, Louis Black was on. Rick Delgado, who is now in trouble for the Hot 97 Tsunami song, he was on the bus.
And you were supposed to go on the bus
And I was
that
supposed
day.
to go. Thank God I didn't go. We figured we'd take the bus down to the mayor's office and have the girls shower in the bus right in front of the mayor's office, and then drive back up 6th. It worked. We went down there.
We announced the route, too.
Yeah, it was like a parade route. It
or
was
route, depending
mobbed.
what you like. I say route myself.
Route.
And people were buying disposable cameras all over Manhattan, and they were on every single block.
It was like a parade, because how often do you get to see nudity just driving down the street?
And we had our reporters on the bus, and it was
CNN crew was on the bus.
It was around Christmas time. This was our Christmas present to New York City.
Yeah, that's how we presented it. Here's our present to you. So we figured we'd get them back up on 6th Avenue and have them drive back up to the station. And they noticed 6th Avenue was very deserted.
Well, but going down there, I just want to add, the first sign of trouble was when we decided to let the CNN reporter on the bus.
Yeah.
I guess they just happened to be in the area doing a story, and they saw this thing roll by. They're like, what the F? And we're like, yeah, come on the bus, thinking CNN will do a nice positive story on Opie and Anthony.
Story on nude teen girls driving down Broadway.
We were really stupid back then. I mean,
Wow.
we're still stupid. I
Yeah,
know that.
that's
But we were stupid. We're like, hey, look, CNN's going to do a piece on us.
CNN, this is going to be so positive for us.
Right.
We have teen nude girls driving down Broadway, New York.
Right.
This is great. What the hell were we thinking?
I don't know. And the story was so ugly. Another surreal moment. I'm on vacation skiing in the middle of nowhere, somewhere up in, I think it might have even been Killington. And all of a sudden I'm watching this CNN report about some dopes in New York, not even thinking it was about me at first. And also I'm like, uh-oh. And I call that thing like, this isn't good.
This isn't good.
Yeah, but anyway.
Why was the street clear?
Well, the street was very deserted, 6th Avenue, when they drove up, and there was a lot of police blockades. Yes, Opie?
Well, because I know you're going to the punchline, but really fast. Then the reporter's on there, and we decide that it's not good enough that there's naked teen girls in this bus where all of New York, including probably underage kids, can check it out.
Anybody who was
Well,
in time. We drove it through Times Square.
Right.
Not a very populated area in the city.
And this is where we're just so stupid. We always have to make it even worse for ourselves. We're like, hey, I got an idea. Whoever came up with it, why don't we stop the bus in front of the in front of the town hall,
the mayor's office,
the mayor's office downtown, and let the girls take a shower.
Yeah. So they showered. 2 girls in a shower.
Took the pie off them.
Right in front of the mayor's office.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be okay, right?
Oh,
now we're just shoving it in the mayor's face.
That was
look
the
what we could get away with.
Salt in the wound.
So then we think what happened was the CNN reporter ran off the bus, because she left the bus right around that time.
Yep.
It was Julie Mose or whatever her name was.
Can't remember.
The one that does the
Jeannie Mose or
Jeannie Mose?
Jeannie Mose.
Jeannie Most? Okay, yeah, she's does those stupid fluff pieces. So I guess what we've heard is that she ran in and showed the mayor, look what is going on in your city.
Yeah, showed the mayor the clip and was like, how do you feel that this radio show is having nude women shower in front of your office? And he went to the bat phone, man.
Oh,
he
man,
went to
did
the
he?
bat phone.
Did
Police
he?
commissioner, everybody.
And at this point, we had NYPD guys, because they were all fans of the show, helping us out. They were literally escorting the bus all the way down to the mayor's office.
Doing like crowd control.
But wasn't
Yes. We were driving up 6th Avenue.
This is where it gets good.
The bus is driving up 6th, very deserted, police blockade. And it turns out...
we were the only vehicle on the road.
It turns out, and I don't know how they got on it.
That should have been a sign. You know those dopey cartoons where all of a sudden there's a car and all of a sudden it just veers off.
Hey,
And it's
where are the big crowds of people that were looking at us down Broadway? Yeah, it turns out that President Clinton, who had landed at Kennedy a little earlier, his motorcade was headed up 6th Avenue. And
so they had this this whole street blocked off for him.
Presidential motorcade, bus full of new teen girls on 6th Avenue. Well, the vehicles that swarmed around this bus, it was the black SUVs, all the big New York City brass, not just the uniformed cops, just swarmed.
These guys had uniforms you never want to see.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all seen the NYPD uniform, obviously. These guys had things on their uniform that you just don't want to see ever.
It was really
all
bad.
sorts of medals and like they were from another country, you know?
Got on the bus, everyone off, got the zip strip handcuff, cuffed them all, brought them down to booking.
12 to something like 12 or 13 people were arrested. They ripped the bus apart because one of our guys was bragging that he hid his pot on the bus. It just was the worst.
Yep. And they stayed in jail for how long?
I don't know, like 36 hours.
36 hours. They couldn't even find anything to book him on. But, you know, it was one of those things where Giuliani was so pissed off that he told the cops just, you know, keep them in there as long as possible.
And he had to have a press conference, and he had to say to everybody watching, they're stupid.
Yeah, that the mayor then got in front of a podium with the police commissioner and was asked this question. And they said, you know, what do you think about this? And he just looks and goes, you say it's stupid. It's just stupid. And it's one of my favorite clips, watching Giuliani say how stupid we are.
Yeah, that was great. Really fast, because there was another one, footage, news, and pics on FoundryMusic.com. Thank you.
There you go.
FoundryMusic.com or OpieandAnthony.com, hopefully. It will be. It will be linked to OpieandAnthony.com for the new listeners, because it is a lot of fun to check out. But you can go to FoundryMusic.com right now to check it out. Anyway, real fast, because Ben just reminded me of another prank we did in Boston. The year before the mayor's prank, we did a Pearl Jam thing up in a fictitious town called no, it's Jaffrey, New Hampshire, right?
Yeah.
Jaffrey, New Hampshire, which is a little town up there over the Massachusetts border. And we said that Pearl Jam was doing a surprise show at a bar called Larky's.
Yeah, take a hint. It's called Larky's.
Okay.
And we kind of gave directions to where it was, but it was very vague. It was like on the corner of a street, and
near a gas station.
Near a gas station. We gave these vague directions, and it was just a small club, so you got to get there quick because it's going to fill up. First come, first serve. And of course, Pearl Jam back then, just the hugest band.
And people are like, well, Larky's, I've never heard of Larky's. Well, it's a bunch of clubs, and the club on the ground floor is called Darky's. Remember?
Yeah, and
it was so obvious how
club.
Right. Darky's, and then Larky's was on top of that.
Barky's.
Yeah, whatever. And then I guess I wasn't up there, officially, but all indications are that a couple thousand people showed up for this surprise Pearl Jam concert in the middle of nowhere, and they were just kind of driving around in their cars trying to figure out where the place was, and the cops are calling, begging us to stop because it's a major problem up there. And of course, once again, we're idiots. We're like, no, we ain't stopping this. This is just fun.
That's what our problem has been for years. We never knew when to stop. Like, we would just do these pranks or something and think it was the best thing ever. And the boss would say stop it, or the cops would say stop it. For some reason, we would just, no.
Yeah.
We're not stopping.
Yeah. So then after our show, we started doing breaks for the other radio show after us, that making believe we were in the middle of the concert, doing reports for the radio station.
Yeah, we went into one of the other studios, started blasting some live Pearl Jam behind us.
We didn't even have live Pearl Jam.
Really? Was it Studio Pearl Jam?
It was Studio Pearl Jam, but we thought, all right, we'll just
play it loud enough.
No, we had sound effects of like a crowd.
Yeah.
Screaming and applauding or whatever, and we threw that, figuring that would work. And they bought it, man. Big time. So then we felt the next year we had to outdo ourselves, because that's what, unfortunately, the life we lived for many years, where we had to always outdo ourselves. So, all right, we did the Pearl Jam thing last year. What are we going to do this year to top that?
Wow, that was the beginning of the outdoing phase of the Opie and Anthony show. We would always have to outdo ourselves, and people still speculate if we hadn't gotten fired for the sex at St. Pat's debacle, that we would have had to have sacrificed a baby live in our studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can do that on satellite, right?
Well, yeah, XM allows us. As a matter of fact, we have that scheduled for next week. Baby sacrifice.
Yeah, I think that's
Stay
on
tuned.
Monday's show. Yeah. So.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys.
I hope you got enough for your little story there.
I did.
You should email Ben. Let us know when the story comes out, so we could, kind of check it out on the air, and we'll also tell our listeners about it.
Okay, sounds good.
It's Ezra from the Improper Bostonian. Thanks, Ezra.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right,
go Pats.
Go Pats.
Go Pats. Go.
Everyone loves
funny
the Pats
if
up there.
If he just bullshitted you, he's not doing a story. A little prank he pulled on you guys.
Gotcha.
That was just fun to go down memory lane, Anthony.
Once again.
April Fools, I told my daughter when she was 7, I go, I bought you a bike. And I go, April Fools, and she just started crying.
Oh, you are a bastard.
I know. I had to go buy her the bike.
What was it, a Schlinn bicycle?
Came with a basket on it.
You put the brisket on the front.
A disket.
A disket. Yeah, I saw Gollin throw a disket. His magic disket.
But it would have been funny if I said, disket.
You are the best.
We need to take a break. That was a long, long segment right there.
We
Speaking
go.
of the Super Bowl, Anthony, got to play the Green Bay pizza thing.
Hey,
this was when the Pats were playing the Packers, and
it's a prank.
We were calling those cheeseheads and really messing with them.
Yeah.
This is off our little CD called Demented World.
Hello?
Hello, Art Bull. Hey, man, we're having a lot of fun today. It's the ONA virus spreading across America thanks to XM Satellite Radio. That was a lot of fun going down memory lane with those prank stories, Anthony.
For most people, some people are a little upset from Whack Bag.
It's always Whack Bag upset.
Like Tool Mikey Biggs. Go ahead, give him hell, people. He's upset that we told that story because I guess he had heard it. Isn't that a good opportunity to maybe take 15 minutes and do something then? It's like, they're telling the story about Boston and the mayor's prank. We're doing it for an interview. If you heard already, hey, take a break.
Yeah, go take a leak.
Go outside, make a snowman.
Yeah, go see what's on TV.
Do something.
From 6 to about 8 o'clock, that's about when the guy called. 2 hours of original, very funny radio.
Yeah, but he's a little upset.
You're not going to get 4 hours of brilliance every day, you idiot.
He's upset that he heard that 15 minutes before, so I guess he's upset.
And he's bigger than all the new listeners that haven't heard anything.
Yeah. How about all the new listeners that never heard that?
Yeah, I guarantee
it's all about Mikey Biggs.
I guarantee you take a poll, most people have never heard most of those stories.
How about we take a poll and shove it up Mikey Biggs' ass?
Right. You should expect maybe a half hour of good radio a day. I mean, we'll try to do 4 hours of good radio a day, but you should find maybe a half hour that you thought was good.
Your half hour might not be the same as someone else's half hour.
Exactly.
Throw pies at him.
Let's throw pies at him, you jackass.
We got a friend in the studio, Anthony. You've never met him before. He's called the show a few times.
Rich Voss.
Well, we do have Rich Voss, who's sitting in for Jim Norton, doing a great job. We also have, just to set the scene here, we got CBS this morning. I guess they're done with their B-roll, Anthony, and now we're going to do an interview after the show, and it's going to be on Sunday before the Super Bowl on CBS.
Super Bowl Sunday morning.
Is the Super Bowl on CBS this
Sunday
year?
morning.
Huh?
Oh, what's it on?
Sunday morning. I'm always saying CBS this morning. It's Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning on CBS, right, with Charles Osgood. Used to be Charles Carroll.
Right.
Who was going around the country in a camper banging broads.
Banging broads, apparently. He did this whole On the Road series, and he had a wife at home, and apparently he wasn't lonely on the road.
Either had a girlfriend or another wife somewhere else. Oh, yeah, man.
He had some chick in Montana, if I remember.
Montana,
correctly.
right.
Was it Montana?
Yeah, because we did an old... I don't even know if this... You want to try it?
It'll be another trip down memory lane.
It might be dated. I don't know. This hasn't been played in years.
Oh, it hasn't been played in years, but if Mikey Biggs heard it,
yeah,
perhaps we shouldn't play it. Guys, I heard that 5 years ago.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be off our banned CD, Cringe.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad it was banned, by the way, now, because, there was 66 tracks.
66
It was going to be
tracks.
our follow-up CD to Demented World, and it was never released because the lawyers had a real problem with just about everything that was on this thing.
Yeah.
And now that I listen to it, there's still some good stuff on it, but in general, all right. A lot of it's dated now, but Montana crotch rap, because Charles Carroll would do the whole, we leave you this Sunday morning.
Leave you this Sunday morning. He would go out on the road and do stories from, your town, USA. And he had some chick in Montana that he had a fishing cabin up there or something.
God, you remember the story?
Yeah, he used to go up there, and that was like his whole thing, I guess, to get away from his wife. Honey, I'm going to the fishing cabin. I'm going to hang out and listen to the sounds of trout. And he would go fishing. And he was fishing for a little more because he was also hunting for beaver.
I think this is a good example of you and me being sophomoric.
Yes, this is some sophomoric.
Actually, I think this is all you.
Is it?
Yeah, I believe this is all Anthony.
Was Brian Unger involved in this?
Well, Brian Unger...
That's a different bit? The first one.
Yeah, Brian Unger started this bit.
Yeah.
Because he came in, he used to work on Comedy Central.
Yep.
He's a really funny guy.
Very funny. He was the first guy I ever saw do that whole very dry reporter like they do on The Daily Show. Like all the reporters do on The Daily Show. He was the guy.
I think he started it.
Yeah. And then they threw him out, but he did that to a T. Remember when we were talking about a tsunami?
Right.
And the way he used to say it is like the anchors say it on the news. It's horrible.
Well, no, he used to imitate what's his name? Stone Phillips.
Stone Phillips.
Talking about the tsunami.
The tsunami.
Yeah. Stone
Very
Phillips and
funny
his
guy.
big, huge head that likes doing crunches next to me in my gym.
Oh, really? He works out at your gym?
I think I said it on the air. I'm like just doing crunches on a mat. It's like a Saturday. The place is packed, so you got to try to find a little space. And I'm like doing my little stupid crunches, and I look over and I'm like, holy yes, that's Stone Phillips and his huge head right next to me.
Someone want to spot me?
Yeah.
We came from a mile away. Look at that head. I did 1,000 crunches yesterday.
Yeah. And then also,
liar.
Roberta Flack works out at my gym.
Really?
What? Killing Me Softly, right?
Yep, that's her.
Yeah. Killing Me Softly lady is at my gym, too. All right. Anyway, want to try the Montana crotch rat?
Yeah, let's give it a whirl. We'll listen along with you at home.
I have no idea if this
haven't heard this in
funny
years.
anymore. Let's take a listen together.
We leave you now with the sounds of Montana. And me making my face look like a glazed donut before I get back to my wife. The sounds of the elusive bearded clan. And me trying to shuck the hell out of that bearded clan. I usually don't say things like that, but I'll leave you this Sunday morning with the sounds of me giving her the old pile drive. That's the one where I crouch over her, push down real hard in a pile driving motion. So now, pictures and sounds of me and the pile drive on my mistress in Montana. On the road I prefer. Pictures now of the Hershey Highway. I visited that in Montana lots, the Hershey Highway. My wife often thought I was fishing on my trips to Montana. And it's true I was. Here's the sound of the trouser trout coming out of my trousers as I pound some ass. And now the sounds of me pounding ass with my Montana crotch rat. We leave you now. The sounds of me and my mistress and me shooting a tray up in that piece. And now, finally, the sounds of my mistress hobbing my knob. We don't often leave you with the sounds of knob hobbing. I figured this is a good time to leave. And now the sounds of me and my knob being hobbed. Charles Kuralt on the road. Hob, knob. Now the sounds of the Purple Helmet Warrior going into battle again against the dreaded bearded clan.
Montana crotch rat.
Yes, the Montana crotch rat. God, I wish she shaved. A little personal hygiene in the groin area, so it wouldn't look so much like a possum. Woman looks like roadkill. Looks like the last time I saw woodchuck caught in a combine. All red and brown and whatnot. Now the sounds of a woodchuck being caught in a combine. Believe you. I mentioned she looks like she had Einstein's head in a leg lock. I should trim that. First time I made love to her. Pulled those panties down and looked like Fidel Castro eating a London broil. I used to have a lot of sex in my car. Yes, gave her Spanish fly once. I found her on the gear shift. Now the sounds of my girlfriend on the gear shift. We leave you. Yes. I just wish she was a little better with the hygiene.
Oh, my God.
Sort of looked like when you take two big pieces of silly putty, slap them together, and throw them on the floor of a barber shop. All pink and hairy.
That's still really funny.
Wow. Did we just go on and on with those things?
That's what we used to do in the old days. We ran everything into the ground. You remember that?
Totally.
Oh, my God. The producer of Sunday Morning is in studio. It's now, with Charles Osgood, obviously, but
yeah.
He
The
can't
old
deny it.
Charles
He's
Perrault.
laughing his ass off in the corner. And I think they taped this, and they're going to bring that back to CBS.
Jesus, no.
We'll give you a clean copy. You guys could share it at the Christmas party.
The old Charles Perrault one.
Yeah, there you go.
He did have a mistress up there, is what they were saying.
Right.
Actually, did he father a child from her, I think? And they found out? No, he never did?
No.
Yeah, there was something that came out afterwards, after, I guess, he died, that, he had a pretty big relationship. It wasn't just a fling. He was, just about married to this woman.
Yeah. Oh, man, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Another trip down memory lane. Well, Mikey, I hope you like that one.
Do you have that bit? I'll tell you one of the funniest ones you ever did was the Brady Bunch on the stairs or something.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
God, was that
Yeah, that
funny.
one.
Well, we could talk about.
You got some Brady news
we could
today.
thank you, Rich. You're helping me out today.
Rich.
We'll do a little Brady news, and then we'll play an old bit called Mike Brady.
Oh, it's so funny.
We have to say to our hi to our friend Tyson Walters. He plays center for the Dallas Cowboys.
Tyson.
I hate the Cowboys. I'm not a Cowboys fan. Norton is a huge Cowboys
And
fan.
he's not even here.
He's going to be real bummed that Tyson stopped in and Norton wasn't here. Good friend that we met when we went down to Dallas, and he's injured. I see. Yeah.
Little injury.
Little injury against your own New York Giants last game of the season.
Yeah, at least they did something.
Yeah. It sucks.
Well, they won.
A game that means nothing, right? You get it.
Oh, it sucks because it screws up your vacation.
Yeah, the guy's off, and now, he's got a cast on his arm. What happened?
Just got bent backwards playing, dislocated it, tore out some ligaments, so got 4 pins in it. I've got a scar about 8 inches long from the inside of my palm down my wrist. So.
Wow. And how did it happen?
Just I was actually doing a kickoff return that time and just got caught up, and two fat kids running 50 yards at each other. There's quite an impact, if you can imagine.
Yeah,
dude, he's a monster. How much you weigh, bro?
I'm only like 290, 295 right now because I haven't been working out since I did this. So.
Right. Yeah, you're usually a little over 300 when you're playing, and he's like 6'5", I think.
Yeah, 6'5".
And he was a fan of our show when he was at college.
Yeah.
And we're down in Dallas. I went on tour with Norton a little bit because I was bored out of my mind, and Norton's doing his thing, and all of a sudden these 2 massive guys come up to Norton and I at the end of the show to say, "Hey, we're big fans." And it turns out, they play for the Cowboys. We're like, "Holy F, this is pretty cool, man."
Very cool.
Been friends ever since. So, what do you think about the Super Bowl? Pats are favored by 7.
I gotta take the Pats, man.
They just look unstoppable.
They're a hell of a team, and they've got some great chemistry. And I've played the Eagles, and no disrespect to them, they're a good team in their own right. But their defense coordinator is really good. But the Pats, they're just on a roll, and it's hard to get teams like that stopped.
Certainly are. I hate it that it's in the same year that the Sox did it.
Yeah.
Because now they're just like, they're up there. Look at us. We're the best. We got the champs. Baseball, football. Go Pats. Go Sox. Yeah. And everyone's walking around with the B hat on.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I've never seen so many Boston Red Sox hats walking around on people. All these bandwagon jumpers.
Right here in New York City. Everyone's wearing the B hat.
It's an insult
It's like,
in New York.
Who are you kidding?
Stop it.
Yeah.
You're a Yankee cap up there, and they'll mug you.
That's why I keep mine in Jersey, my B hat. I don't know. I can bring it into New York.
Is that it? Yeah, you would wear that.
You know that.
Stop it.
What I like about the Pats, it's very interesting. It's such a team concept.
Yeah.
I mean, even though Brady's a rock star, everyone knows it. But as far as like the press and everything, they're all crediting everybody else, known as a standout player in the media. You know, it's a whole.
That's
team.
when you get into trouble with it.
I think so, especially in football, because I think guys like Tyson Walters, he's in the trenches. Tyson Walters isn't doing freaking, commercials during the Super Bowl, all right? No one's really interviewing him after the game.
Jeez, rub it in, Opie.
No, but, no, right?
No one even cares about this guy.
As long as my direct deposit works, I don't give a damn.
There you go. But what I'm saying is, then you get these guys, like Randy Moss and stuff, getting all the attention and stuff, and and having all the camera crews following them around. I'm thinking if you're a player, it kind of gets to you after a while, right?
Yeah. He's like a drummer.
And
It's like being a drummer.
And you don't feel like, you don't feel like...
You don't want to be a team player with the guy.
Right.
Yeah, and it kind of ruins up the whole team
I
dynamic.
think it does.
It depends on the guy. I mean, if the guy's a total prick off the field, then then you get irritated with. If the guy's cool off the field, then you don't mind seeing it. You're actually encouraged. I mean, if you have a good quarterback, then you want to see him do well, or running back, whatever. But if the guy's a total a-hole, then you
might want him to look like an ass and maybe let a few guys slip through.
Yeah.
And
Oops!
Look at
Can't
that.
believe I tripped.
This guy's coming in to break your neck.
Oh, you got to hear the stories he tells. They're great.
Yeah.
There's payback on the field.
Of course,
there's a lot of payback.
Once in a while.
If you think someone is, purposely trying to hurt one of your players, it's over, Johnny, man.
Really?
Oh, they set you up bad on the field.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Nasty.
It gets ugly.
Oh, yeah.
And especially if the older guys that have been around a while, if they get a certain rapport with the crews and things like that, and
yeah,
they'll let things slide every once in a while. So.
Because they know it's payback. They know
it's part of the game. I mean,
yeah.
So much is taken out of the game, with the way they're enforcing rules and changing them all the time. So
the NFL is way too strict. I love the showboating personally.
I kind of like the strictness.
I think it makes
it.
I think it
keeps it
really
a very uniform game. There's no gray areas. Here's the rules. You stick to it. I
like when some of the players make fools out of themselves after the touchdowns and after sacks. Yeah, without a doubt.
And plus, they taunt the other one, and that pisses the other team off. So it makes it more. They want to hurt you.
You know what I think I see a lot more of these days is when someone gets tackled, they're knocked down, they're at the bottom of the pile or something. Before everyone gets up, like the last guy, they put their helmets together, and he's just going, yeah, you ain't getting up. You didn't go nowhere. Like there's a lot of smack talk while they're on the ground, so that by the time they get up, they're heated up and want to kill each other.
There's a little bit. There's ankle twisting. There's some punches. Oh, there are punches thrown. There are guys that'll try to get their hands inside masks and go for the eyes.
Yeah.
My favorite story.
Gladiators.
Ever. The craziest story. I'm starting, and it's Thanksgiving Day. My rookie year, so this was 3 years ago or whatever. And we're playing the Redskins, and they had a guy, defensive tackle named Gardner. This guy's like 6'8", 330, ripped, crazy guy. My friend's playing left guard at the time because Larry Allen was hurt, and he had been in Washington prior to coming to Dallas, so he knew Gardner, and they had a little bit of a thing going back and forth. And my boy, right at the beginning of the game, tries to cut block him, which he, dives at his legs, try to take him out, get rid of the guy. Because when he wants to go, you cannot stop the guy. Don't care, you can't stop him because he's just crazy. So my boy cuts him. He gets up, starts going, and this is all in quotes, but I know I can say it in an accent.
Yeah, just
he's
say
like,
it.
You motherfucker, God damn it, Ross. He's like, Jesus knows what you've done, and he will pay you back for this, motherfucker. You've got this 6'8", 330-pound guy. Yo, motherfucker! And just, Jesus will repay you for this. And we're standing there, and I'm a rookie, and my friend's in his second year, and we're just like, oh, God. We're like, we're gonna fucking die.
Oh, here's your new job. Dealing with these people.
I mean, and this is the scariest guy you've ever, just
damn
huge.
That's great.
Does that shit, say after a game, would that carry over into a bar? Do you think?
It depends on the guys. I mean, there are a lot of guys in the league. Everyone realizes that it is a business in the end, and and you have a lot of friends on other teams because you play with them in college or wherever you met them hanging out. But then there are guys like that guy, and that have a little bit of an edge to them, shall we say? And
right.
They might carry it over.
It's like anywhere else, Even in an office setting, you got the one guy who's the prick, doesn't get along with anyone. It goes off at the drop of a hat. Same thing in football, only these guys are monsters that can rip your head off.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. What about the stories about the guys not showering and making sure they have real bad breath just to throw off their opponent?
I know guys that don't shower and don't do that kind of stuff. I don't think you really notice because once you're in the game, that's not a big deal. But they'll do anything. They'll motherfuck you, or they'll hell, some guys wink at you and call you baby and stuff like that. Because you got so many guys that are just homophobes, and if you say anything like that, they'll just
they
start
freak out,
flipping out.
Wow, that is a funny gag, man. Hey, sweetie, after the game, me and you
in the shower, give you a little spoon action, something like that.
You want to pick that soap up for me, big guy?
Oh, that would suck. I'd get a hard on playing ball. It would throw me off.
Voss, so I went down to Dallas, with Norton and stuff, and then while Norton is just obsessing about something stupid, I hang out with Tyson. We go play golf at the Dallas Cowboys golf course. It is amazing.
Oh, really?
Everything is done in Dallas Cowboys, decor and colors. They got the rejects from the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders that, serve the hot dogs at the halfway house. They are.
That couldn't make the cut.
Oh, they're so hot still, but I guess they didn't have
still 9.5.
Yeah, they're still 9.5, but they weren't quite 10s, or their dance moves were a little off.
Selling hot dogs after the 9th?
Yeah, so Jerry Jones throws them on the golf course to be the beer girls and the hot dog girls after 9.
Are they dressed like cheerleaders?
I'm trying to remember.
No, they're not dressed like cheerleaders.
That'd kind of be cool. Maybe distracting, though.
They're wearing some skimpy shorts and whatnot.
Yeah.
Mr. Jones knows how to do it upright.
But the golf carts are all in Dallas Cowboy stuff, and everything has a logo on it in the pro shop. And Jerry Jones just built this for just the players and the staff, right?
Yeah, that's how it started off, and then now he's, it's branched out, and he's making more of a resort, and they built some big hotels. They're tied.
You got to see him.
Was he able to drive like 350?
Dude, no joke. He was driving par fours, no problem.
Really?
It's insane. I can't even explain. Watching his golf ball go through the air, it just pierces.
But when you have 6 putts, it doesn't make.
Yeah, I know. I know. Because then on the green, it's like he's actually a really good golfer. But the problem is he doesn't know his own. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't know his own strength.
50 yards with his putter.
Yeah. So he's 10 feet from the cup, and all of a sudden, it goes by 20 feet. He has like no touch on the greens. It's hilarious. Yeah, exactly. Happy Gilmore. Yeah,
chases it like it was a fumble, trying to get it.
But the ball, when it leaves his club, oh my God!
Hey, with those girls driving around, how many times do you hear the joke? Oh, she was hit between the first and second hole. That old gag.
All right, now we have to take a quick break. Patrice is. He was pacing.
Yeah, where is Patrice? He's getting angry.
He's getting angry, but he looks all pissed off. We're in a good mood here today.
We could wrestle next segment.
Huh?
It's because he got searched.
Oh, post-search Patrice? That's not good.
He brought luggage with him. I thought he was throwing it around to see its durability quality. No?
He's not even smiling.
Of course he isn't. He's going to kill me.
He's going to yell at me for this.
All right. Did Poe search you, Tyson?
No, he wanted to fight me, I think.
He wants to fight everybody.
I just knocked on the door, and I'd heard his voice from the radio, so he opens it up, and he's like, hello? And I'm like, hi, is Opie here? He's like, who are you? I'm like, I'm his friend from Dallas, Tyson. I play for the Cowboys. He just looks me up and down like 2 times, and then he's just like, scowls. He's like, come in.
Yeah, all right. I'm angry.
I didn't get, full cavity surgery.
Well,
I was a little disappointed.
I think we got a problem here because you didn't get searched because you're white and 6'5". Patrice is about the same height as you and pretty much the same size, more or less, and he got searched.
Huge.
He's got searched like a mother.
He did. You think it has to do with Patrice's race?
We'll find out next.
Are we discriminating here with security?
I don't know what's going on. We'll talk to Patrice next about it, but we got Tyson from the Cowboys, so we'll play this little thing and continue.
It's coming!
All right, we're having a lot of fun today. It's the O&A virus spreading across America.
The show's flying by.
It really is flying by. Let's get Patrice O'Neal in here. He's been waiting a very long time.
Yeah.
He's got 2 briefcases, and there's a couple kind of hot women out there, I guess. They're kind of hot.
Dude.
What?
Don't insult the ladies.
I said they're kind of hot.
Very attractive.
Who's this? That one. She is kind of hot.
Kind of hot, right?
It's all right. I mean,
not ugly. What?
The Lisa Loeb glasses on the one.
Yeah, about a 5.5. That's not bad.
They're right. One is sitting on the other's lap.
Right.
Patrice, what happened to you, first of all? Patrice, don't bring the energy of the show down, my brother.
No, dude.
I know you had to wait a long time.
Really excited in this motherfucker, man.
And then it takes forever to get in here.
Holy
you gotta get
shit!
Past security.
Don't you have a fucking do not rape master poll list, you motherfuckers? Holy shit! My energy was fine for 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then not only the master poll raping, these Ben and him keep coming out doing the finger snap. We'll get you in. Like I'm here to plug dildos, man. I just came to say hello. Send me home.
The finger snap.
Hey, we'll get you in. Like what the what?
Should we do the news so you feel at home?
Holy moly! See, I knew that's what it was. What the fuck? Can I tell a story? What I'm gonna do? Just call you and tell it? I can't do another radio show. I'm back, ain't I? Hey, why don't you tell the story? What? I wait 2 years to tell a story that happened yesterday? Hey, Opie, here's what happened to me. Pretend we're on radio.
You know,
why'd you?
He likes causing trouble.
That's what he did. This whole system changed now. They're like, we're back now. This is what we're gonna do.
Satellite radio. There's not much processing, so just back off the mic a little bit. You're killing people at home. I mean, you're hilarious, but just back off. Don't eat the mic.
Only when you're yelling.
Terms, it's changed.
When you talk up here when you're yelling back.
I apologize.
It was very funny.
You can see Opie came out. Opie came out, tried to give me a hello, how you doing? But it really, you can feel it.
It was insincere, right?
I'm not goofy, and I'm not needy either. Don't like me no more, fellas. I did the enemy show when you were gone.
Hold on.
Hold
on. No, everyone knows that.
Finger snap.
Everyone.
And what is with Master Poe, Opie?
Wait, hold on. I want to address what you're saying because it is the truth. We've never played that game. We understand you guys got to go on other radio shows.
You're supposed to stay off of any other radio show for 2 years. Don't you go near
just because
him.
Voss was stupid enough not to do any other shows doesn't mean you had to.
But that's what I'm saying.
We never played that game before. We understand.
I'm loyal to Opie and Anthony, but you weren't around.
Right. Exactly.
So if you had to say, hey, come on in and talk about the whole thing, hey, yeah, come on in. But there's no Opie and so somebody said, come on down. I said,
you can say Howard.
Can you say Howard?
Yeah, of course.
So Stern's like, come down and tell the story. It was fresh in my mind. I was feeling.
Wait, what story did you tell?
The whole Brazil story.
Okay.
When it was fresh, but I wasn't talking about just dildos and hookers, man. It changed my life in a sort of a way. So I had to get it out.
We all knew that. We knew that a long time ago.
But we didn't have a show,
right? You went down to Brazil one time just to hang out and have fun. Like I heard about this place from other people at the Comedy Cellar. And next thing you know, you go down every 3 months now or something crazy like that.
Stop going
he
down.
adopted abroad from down there.
First of all, pussy whipped. This is one of I just came down for abuse.
No, not at all.
Yeah, Rich doesn't want to mess with you.
I don't.
All right, so let's start with this. What happened with Master Poe? He didn't search my buddy Tyson Walters from the Cowboys.
First of all, Opie,
Master Poe's
know
in
what
studio.
happened with Master Poe.
I know,
Why is he being coy with me?
Because I like rubbing it in.
What happened?
What happened?
Y'all treat me like Crazy Patty or something. You know what he does. My asshole is as big as a cookie, the Christmas cookie canister. Look at it, man. He goes like this. He goes, hey, Patrice, how are you, man? Good to see you. Come in here. What?
Pull down your pants.
So why he's forcing himself on you? He's asking you for things. Hey, while I'm grunting. He's like, hey, can I get a picture later, dude? Great. I'm grunting again. Hey, there's hot chocolate over here. And you can tell he's a sociopath.
He's got problems. We all know that.
So I don't want to bring the spirit of the show down. I can see how Opie looks at me without the corner of his eye now. He's looking at me with his peripheral vision. I love y'all. I called him yesterday. Hey, Opie, man, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I know I did the thing, but, hey, no return call. I'm Hollywood, too, Opie.
I called Ben and said, just call Patrice back
just let
for
him
me.
on. Keep him out there waiting. I'm looking out there like a homeless child waiting to get in here with a bag of dildos like I'm a jackass.
And you see how much fun we're having in here, too.
Like a dick.
Yeah, he's watching us laugh and have fun through the window.
I'll let him in. And Ben's coming over. Hey,
we'll get you right in.
Snap. Come on in.
It's a whole new ball game with us, bro.
Oh, man, y'all changed. Holy moly!
Hey, we got networked freaking TV here today.
That's why you're changing. You just changed. Look, Anthony didn't even speak to me. He didn't say hi once.
Patrice, hello, welcome back.
Well, look,
how are you?
Welcome back with you guys. And I hear on the streets, hey, yeah, we want Patrice in. Nothing, not a hi. I didn't know you was back.
Hey.
So he fell in love. Norton don't talk to me no more.
No.
You put the silent word out. I'm not silly.
Master, so what did you do to him?
You know what people do.
There he is, Master Poe's. We all have theme music too, Patrice.
Why does he do this?
He's head of security. He is like the sensei at Cobra Kai.
It's not only security. It's almost an insulting. It's almost painful.
Yeah,
painful. I'm saying you got to give a list, man.
Yeah, and all the paperwork you had to fill out. And
paperwork,
fingerprint.
Then he comes out 7 times for more information, phone number, and I'm sitting there going, I know he's dangerous, so I'm going, Mr. Poe, why are you asking me for this? Oh, that's just in case Opie asked me to call. What? And you can't go take a hike because it's something I know he's big under all of that garb. What the hell happened?
He just has these skills. He's like a knife fighter. He knows how to do all these things.
I can tell.
Patrice,
he's a Puerto Rican with a mullet. That can't be. That has to be dangerous.
Patrice, I can tell you this much.
Spanish mullets?
I can tell you this much. We really don't know why he's here. XM hired him.
He works for XM?
So we're wondering what kind of threats did XM get that they had to hire like a trained assassin?
And put him in a lockup.
Dude, he's
there.
our secretary.
And he has 1,000
Technically, he's our secretary.
Where you know he's dangerous. Like you look at him and go, oh my God, this guy is dangerous.
Yeah.
And he's and it takes long, but you're scared to do this.
They hired him to train guys at where? Quantico?
Yes.
To train
Quantico,
guys
Virginia.
to kill with their hands.
What's Quantico?
Virginia, the Marine Corps. I can't hear myself.
They brought him in to train them to kill people, to train Marines who already pretty much got a good hold on how to kill people.
Yeah.
They had to bring him in to make them kill better, more, or faster.
And now he's in control of our listeners coming by with like gifts. He's
training killers.
He's gonna take Stalker Patty out if she acts up.
I couldn't believe it. I'm sitting there trying to behave myself. I could not believe what was going on.
Yeah.
I thought it's because you hated me. But it's
absolutely not.
But
he thought it was like Canon camera or something. It's the real
deal. He
deal.
took a picture of my ID. And then I see the Quantico thing on. I didn't know what Quantico was, but the Quantico.
He's very proud of that. He's got that
Quantico.
hanging up. He's got that hanging up in his little area.
And you just can look at him and tell he's dangerous. You just look at him and tell
Tyson, did you get Friston? No, nothing.
See, nothing happened to Tyson.
Why, Mr. Poe?
Okay, well, first of all,
what's the difference between these two guys that I could think of?
There's no
Both
difference.
big guys.
But he said, hello, Patrice, my good friend from years ago. Then he proceeded to pummel me.
You know, Tyson and you are about the same size, so
Big guys.
I don't know what the difference is.
I think almost the bigger. I think the bigger, the better for people. Like he sizes you up, and I think he wants you to be bigger in his shape, so it makes him feel better when he
feel
hurts
a little
you.
better.
How many bones have you pushed up into somebody's brain in your lifetime?
No, I'm not about violence. I'm really not here to hurt you. I have to do a job, and I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure that I got all the information from you, in which I did.
Oh, boy.
But but you had no problem when the superior race guy walked right through.
Well, let's
No. Okay, wait. Hold on. First of all,
why didn't you check the big white man? Let's just be honest here. This is satellite.
Right.
I knew that he was coming down. I knew that you were coming down, and I could only take one of you at a time.
So
in order for me to take, I knew that he had to come in. He was
why pick the white guy over the black guy?
And well, because I had someone in the studio already. I had someone in my office already. I had two people.
Let me ask you a quick question. Does Opie? I'm gonna just find out right now. Does Opie and Anthony, either one, have a special "Do not get raped by Master Police"? Can they stop this from happening?
He's done it to my family members.
Everyone that comes in here,
so they can't stop it.
No.
Not really.
All right.
There's something
It's
with
beyond
XM.
us. It's beyond us.
It's just
It's
beyond.
beyond
Yeah.
FM.
They're scared to come in here when they see him.
Yeah.
They got to sneak in.
Hey, Opie and Anthony, great show yesterday. Sit down.
Monthly cavity search. There he goes. You hear that snap of that latex glove go on Poe's hand?
Oh,
and
his
you know it's time.
whole face changed, Anthony.
Yeah.
Like you can see something's going on.
Oh,
here,
yeah.
man.
He's working.
Oh, yeah.
Constantly eyeing for the threat, looking, waiting to make that lightning quick move and rip your throat out.
There's no we know him, huh?
Nope.
Well, all right.
He's that
But I'm
good.
happy that you guys are back. This is my official welcome back.
Thank you, Patrice.
Glad you guys
Good
are
to
back.
see you again.
I didn't realize it.
Although
even though
I've
you
seen-
moved to the morning.
I've seen Patrice many times. They turn on TV. Patrice is there.
I used to be.
I saw you on, what the hell was that show That new show.
Remember, I brought up his name when he did that.
Narrated
The Guy
by
Loved You.
Ronnie Howard there.
Yeah, the Guy
Arrested
Loved You.
Development.
I tried my best.
I
Man.
saw you
I'm
on
finished.
there. You were the background convict guy.
Yeah. First of all, fellas, you know my career has taken a complete and utter halt.
Not at all. You're blowing up, bro.
I got some things in the works. That's what it is.
Things in the works. You got big
Stop.
things.
First of all, stop talking to me like your whole career has
Listen,
exploded.
wait, excuse me. That
Basic
would be.
cable. You
First,
are.
let me tell you something. First of all,
He's wearing a Comedy Central blouse. You didn't see this?
Yeah, he's got a tough crowd
all right,
with Colin
first
Quinn.
of all,
jerk.
don't talk about clothing, you lonely man. Okay, you went from. What are you wearing? Boston? Look at that. Look at that.
Are you
Here's the thing.
insane? Patriots.
He's
jersey.
from. He's
Hey,
from there.
That's right. You are.
Voss,
What?
was that tough crowd sweatshirt hanging next to your Hello Larry and Super Train t-shirts in your closet?
Oh, here, come on. All come at me. I'll take it right now.
Fellas, let's all pray. I can't wait till Bonnie dumps him. Just can't wait.
So I can be as lonely as you and fly to
Yes,
Brazil.
so you can go shopping for dildos with me, go to Brazil.
That's what you're just lonely. And
Yes.
Because
I admit it.
we were lonely together.
It
one
is
night,
bad when your pal gets
One
a
night
check.
I was dropping Patrice off at his house, and we pulled in front of his house.
Yeah.
And we looked at each other and we go, we have absolutely nothing going on in our careers. We have no girls, and we're lonely.
I didn't say
right?
you. No, I didn't say that. You said that.
I kind of did. But he agreed. But
You know
I
he's
moved-
finished, right?
I'm finished? Why am I finished?
You know, Bonnie, I just can't wait till he's cuddled up in a fetal position, like a girl that just found out he ain't the daddy, in the back crying like a bitch. I can't wait.
Yeah, 'cause
It is going to break
You know
his
she's
heart.
gonna dump you.
She's going
She's
to
a
break
winner.
your heart.
You're
She's a winner.
57 years old, Voss. Bonnie's still tight.
Well, you're talking. You got a roommate. Listen.
So what?
You know.
You
Okay.
just
listen.
bought your credit just got fixed at 62. You're nobody.
Listen. Let me.
He's in love, so he thinks he's a somebody. I'm not lonely.
He's killing your boss.
You and your open mic love. That's what it's.
You better stop stirring your coffee and fight back.
I
You're
can't.
losing,
And listen,
man.
here's
That's
the
what I'm
thing.
saying.
Right.
He's got me in the corner, but he's got me, so I got to take the punches.
All right, well,
But,
listen.
here's the thing. See, I'm happy now. I'm happy. Go into the food. Yeah, go cover the pain. Here's the thing. Go cover the pain. He takes a bite.
Opie?
There he
Thank you.
goes.
I thought Opie didn't want me to talk.
I
He
didn't
shut my
touch
mic
it.
off. He has
That's
changed, Patrice.
I didn't touch the mic.
I'm here talking. I'm throwing out probably some of the funnifunniest stuff of my career. And the mic
I'm gonna
is
tell you,
Dude, I did not
Anthony,
touch that mic.
It's going to take 2 years for him to get out the "I'll show you guys" stage. He's at that stage. I'll show you guys. Watch this.
I've been humbled. Trust me, I've been humbled. It's going to take some time to get back where I was.
Oh my God!
But,
boss is in for a heartbreak.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's like any relationship. You take that chance. You
Yeah.
know, we're having a good time.
Like-
you know,
like
what
Barry
do you
Williams.
listen?
Oh,
Huh?
No, we're going to get into a couple things, but go ahead.
I
Finish
mean,
your thought.
you know, you went out and bought a swing for sex.
Oh, it's
You're-
great too.
Do you really? Norton, I think, brought that up. You have a sex swing? What happened to you? You went down to Brazil and you lost your mind.
Calm down. He's choking.
Uh-oh.
And I was 2.
It's. Can I explain something?
See, I told you I'd come back.
Can I explain something about that sex swing and all these things?
Is that a tear?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I realized something. Can I just say I realized something about myself and about sexuality?
Yes.
I delve deep into sexual deviance, deeper and deeper, right? I stopped, and you know what it was caused? It was a serious moment. Condoms, because it's very hard to keep it up with the condoms on for me. And I realized that I had to go deeper and deeper into this visual dirtbaggishness to keep it up.
Oh, with
a
a
condom on. So I went raw for the first time in a long time, like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I had regular sex for the first time in a long time. So I've stopped some of this stuff. Some of it.
You're back to appreciating normal
I'm back to normal
sex.
But the girls that I have brought down with me and still around no longer want to do regular sex. So now I'm stuck in this world of
Did you
dildos
corrupt
and-
them or something?
I corrupted them.
You
They
did?
don't- They come over, they set the swing up themselves.
Oh, my God.
Get out.
Sit in it.
When you're swinging, like it's kind of like you feel like you're having sex in a tree or something. Like you swing
Like a monkey.
into it.
Oh,
I didn't
boy.
say
Bonnie,
it like that.
stop it, Voss.
That was really
That is
bad.
brutal.
That was very
I'm telling
underhanded,
you, you know
Ray.
what it is? He gives all his funniness that he would have had to her.
It's like a life tap. Just grabbing any bit of Voss that has
He
any
headlines
shine
and then he
to it.
brings her on after him.
But it all started with Brazil. You went down there one time and you just lost your mind. Norton's been telling all the Patrice stories for the last 4 months.
I don't understand why. How did he? What it is there's a bunch of us that go down.
I know. He talks about how you guys all sit around with hard-ons because you're all on Viagra waiting to go upstairs.
I could die of a heart attack on Viagra. Norton is sitting there sweating like a dirty little stress doll with his robe. And it's really, and he's packing like a monster would for like a wormy kid, man. So it's a strange thing.
We've all seen it. Yeah, I saw it once. I was like, Jesus.
It is kind
of. Opie, are you still you in a relationship?
Thanks for bringing it up.
No, it's over. I've been trying to get him to come, man. It'll change your lives, man. It's not what you think. It's not just hookers.
But honestly, we have discussed this openly on the show. I don't get the hooker thing, and I'm not playing a game. I've never got into the hookers, and I never really got into the lap dancing because with me, I need to feel like the girl actually wants me.
Yeah, here's the thing.
And when I just know they're doing it for money or for whatever reason, I'm so out of the game. Are they still hot to look at and all that? Of course, as a human being, visually, I'm like, wow, that's hot. But as far as doing anything, I'm like, no, man, I need someone to kind of want me.
At the time when I was explaining it, y'all weren't here for me to explain it to you. I would explain it to you first. It's not about the hookers out there. They will make you feel like that. You are buying that. You are buying that when
you're
you
going to buy into that. No way.
Norton
telling you.
almost had a girlfriend from it. Remember that?
He fell in love. Norton got dumped by a prostitute.
He got dumped by a prostitute.
Norton was dumped by a prostitute.
Oh, man.
Wow.
He gets his feelings hurt out there.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You'll meet somebody like
just
me.
Reading notes. No, we got Don Imus calling us today for some reason. Actually, we called. Wow. Okay. We just looked up at the TV and we saw Imus in a really bad pink shirt. So I told Ben, "Hey, why don't you call our friend Imus?" So now he's going to call the show. That'd be cool. All right, go ahead. So you went down to Brazil.
Yeah,
and
you should go.
Did you think it was going to be a one-time thing? But now you're kind of hooked on the whole Brazil thing, right?
Yeah.
And
so isn't Norton.
So
isn't Norton. And so isn't others.
Well, we know Norton.
Dude,
forget about it.
We know. I don't know. I would have to say close to a dozen people that I've seen in comedy clubs and here and there that now go. Like you guys are dragging new people in all the time.
It's the best. It's the best. See, look at. First of all, let's get it straight. It's dangerous out there. It's really dangerous.
Sure.
In terms of violence and in terms of whatever. There's a whole bunch of homeless master pos walking around Brazil for no reason at all, asking you for money. And the girls are just as dangerous, but they make you feel a certain. You should go. You know what it is? It's just to make you understand what a winner you are here. You don't put up with any bullshit when you come back here because you go, wait a minute, I really am a winner. When you go out, you feel
they make you feel like that
because you buy. Because if you can't find it free here, not the cooch. No one needs to buy. There's all kind of dirtbags walking around.
He points out the window.
Yeah, a bunch of losers. There's a lot of losers. I've seen myself naked. Look at her. Her goddamn G-string is up over by her neck. She's a mess.
Who are those girls?
There's a lot of girls who sleep with me for free. And I look at myself naked and I go, why? And then that makes me not like them more because I go, why would you sleep with me? I would never give you that.
Wow. Damn.
So it's already a problem.
Yeah.
But you go out there, man, and those girls, because the fact that it takes the pressure off the sex, the pressure of the hunt, the pressure of whatever. That's why guys get girlfriends here because they don't want to deal with all of the nonsense of getting a girl. So you go there and you can have this gorgeous girl. So you really interact very well with them, man. It's a sincere thing. Right. I learned how to speak Portuguese. It's fantastic. I barely speak English. I'm learning how to speak Portuguese.
How many times a year you go down now?
Twice.
Oh, that's it? I thought it was more.
How about those little kids, too?
Twice is a lot, right?
They teach kids to be prostitutes almost at like.
Oh, Jesus, stop it with your I'm a good guy now, boss.
I'm trying to.
Why are you guys letting him do this, man? Have I missed out this much, man? What happened?
Yeah, we've been off for a while. It's kind of hard to get back into the swing.
Why are you allowing him to do this, man? Because he got this little phony relationship that's coming to a complete halt. I'm going to be there to catch you when you're curled up.
So what about the AIDS in Brazil? You worried about the AIDS and all that? Just be
I'm worried about the AIDS on 125th Street.
Yeah,
worried about the AIDS in the studio.
Absolutely. With some of the people you brought did you bring them down here for any specific reason or?
I guess they heard. I don't know. I just came down to show the guy because I know Norton talks about it, but I'm getting tired of hearing that I'm the only dirtbag in the whole crew.
No, you know what it is with Jimmy? No, here it is with Jimmy. He likes to commiserate with other people. It's like any other addict. You know, they like seeing other people doing the heroin, drinking, you know, and with him, he's such a degenerate. He's such a sexual, just a complete dirtbag that he loves seeing anyone else even kind of getting tied up in the whole thing. So he looks at you, you go down there, you find something you really enjoy, you bring some toys with you, all of a sudden, oh, that Patrice, he's sick. He's a disturbed, sick individual. Yeah, drop another log on my face, honey. Yeah, Patrice, he's out of his mind.
Isn't Norton gay? Like, if you mess with a transsexual,
right?
Aren't you gay?
Not really.
I would think if you're with a tranny,
there's got to be some kind of
there's something going on there.
You're
it's
gay,
still,
right?
It's still a guy. It's a man.
If you don't, first of all, if you don't make out, okay, right there, you're not gay.
Look at these rules he has.
Or you gotta have certain rules.
Well, Norton says if you don't push back, you're not gay.
Push back?
Norton's a sissy.
A sissy.
So
Norton's a sissy.
Norton wasn't. If
it's
you
not
say
fair.
He
He's not here to defend himself.
And he wasn't. It's
I
not
don't
like
know.
He was blowing. Maybe a transvestite blew him, and he didn't know it. It was an accident. You know, because some of them look good, and you know.
He said he put his hand on her back, and as he's rubbing her back, he noticed it was a very wide, strong back. But he let him finish.
Come on,
and then
man.
said he had to wash off man breath.
Now let me ask you a question:
himself.
Is it worse for your career to say you're gay or say somebody takes a dump on your chest?
That's a good point.
We're still
like
figuring
if
that
taking
out.
a dump on your chest doesn't destroy your career. Being gay is.
I think if you had to choose between the two, you still have to go with the dump on the chest.
I think it's all geographic.
Why you think gay ruins your career?
I
now?
think it depends
Well,
on where
gay
you're from.
helps you. Gay helps your
Unless
career
you're
in
Ellen
Hollywood.
DeGeneres.
If you're in Hollywood,
Depends on where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many breaks we have left?
One more and that's it.
All right, we'll just try to keep. We'll just keep going then. Well, you brought the sex toys in, and are these girls gonna?
Well, if they don't do nothing, we look at.
I'm just curious to see these things because Norton is.
I've heard they're finally
He's
cracked.
got two cases like
Yeah, I got two
CIA.
cases. I'll
He
tell
looks
you
like it's like he's carrying the
Do you
bomb.
go
in
down?
there.
You go down to Brazil with these things?
Yeah. Because, look, I want to engage in evil every day that I'm there. And I can't take that Viagra, man. That stuff will kill you. Man.
Yeah.
So I just
Why? What do you mean
engage
it'll
in.
kill you?
So to
Mess
get
with
the
your heart, blow
so
your heart up.
all right, so to get the good rods, you have to go down this path, right? The regular sex to you is like whatever. You need some craziness involved.
Yeah,
All
just
right.
for visual.
Little
you know what I'm
weirdness
saying?
for visual.
Just for
so you
visual.
taking these toys and using them on chicks gives you that visual thing.
Yeah,
that
some of them.
gets you.
You know, that's
going.
why I have glass, because it's very safe.
All right.
You know?
Well, get the cases.
Yeah,
off.
I would love to see a
Anthony,
couple
really
of these.
fast. You want to read this? We told you guys, Patrice. We'll get back to you in 1 second.
Okay.
We have so much crap going on here today. We told you guys, Hot 97, the tsunami song, that we'd finally get dragged into this whole mess.
Yeah.
And we got an update from Inside Radio.
Inside Radio reporting there's an Opie and Anthony connection to the Hot 97 tsunami song mess.
And that's the headline. Opie and
Yep.
Anthony connection.
The producer of Miss Jones's show on Hot 97 is Rick Delgado, who produced Opie and Anthony's show for WNEW until the infamous Sex in St. Pat's stunt. Now Delgado, Miss Jones, and the rest of Hot 97's morning crew are on indefinite suspension for airing the We Are the World parody that uses racial terms against Asians. We're not saying that Rick's responsible for what happened in either controversy, but he probably feels he's been at ground zero 2 times too many. And then they go into, meanwhile, McDonald's pulled its ads off in Hot 97, followed by tax prep firm Jackson Hewitt. And Sprint, also an online petition, demands that Emmis fire the entire morning show, has now gathered over 30,000 signatures. And there's that demonstration at Hot 97's Hudson Street studios this morning at 11 o'clock. Emmis faces some tough choices if the noise level doesn't diminish soon. So, Rick and us getting
there you go. So
tied into the whole thing.
That's the latest, but we said they would drag our names into it somehow. And we have nothing to do with this.
No, nothing.
Go find
Rick
your mommy.
Oh, is that the worst?
Rick moved
song
on from our
parody?
show, and he was producing his morning show, and we think he wrote the song, but we have nothing to
With
do
a
with
tree
it.
right
I was supposed
through
to have
her
that job.
head.
That the other guy taught.
You were?
That was supposed to be my job.
How's your singing voice? Would you have been able to?
I would have said no, but that's why I didn't do it. You
Right.
got to raise your hand to talk and everything in there.
It's
You
the
do?
worst. I want.
You know, Miss Jones is like blah 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 blah,
I know.
and then you got to go.
And raise
then
your
Rick
hand.
came in there and when I did it. Hey man, you got to raise your hand. I'm like, what, Rick? Do you
Raise
even
your
know
hand.
me?
Yeah, he forgot you too, right? You have to raise your hand.
No bullshit.
Dude, we have a messed up show. It's like just everyone talk. We don't care. Talk at the same time. No one gets like credit here. We all just have fun. It's all about having fun. No egos or any of that crap.
That's why I love you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna go out of my character and really kiss your ass.
Your mouth is full of food.
I know.
You let
people be
comics
funny.
talk for
Exactly.
I'm telling you, you can't have more fun on anything else than this.
Yep.
Okay, is
Thank
that
you.
good enough?
That's
Yeah.
very good ass kissing.
Because there's a lot of people that have egos and they're self-conscious and stuff, and they at the end of the day have to be the funniest person on their radio show. And Anthony and I figured out a long time ago, you know, Patrice is killing today, Voss is killing today. When I go talk to my people after today, they're gonna all say, "Wow, you guys were really funny today." No, well, maybe we were a little bit, but you killed today. We still get the credit.
Those
for having a
roasts.
funny show.
Oh.
And Anthony was funny.
I'm raising my hand.
Oh.
Nice visual.
I'm not lying,
bit.
dude.
That is
Raise
the
your
worst.
hand.
When I came in there, because I knew her, and I came in there, and she sort of treated me like Opie treated me today. So
That wasn't that bad.
When I came
I
in,
was just distracted. We're gonna do an interview, and
I was
you know.
sitting in this chair. I went to sit in there. She came in and goes, "That's somebody else's chair." Didn't even say hi. I go, "Hey, baby."
Hey,
Stuck her middle
baby.
fingers right at me. So I said, "Okay, I see how it's gonna be." So they were trying to treat me like the new kid at the high school. So now you know.
How do you work in that environment? How do you have
Find
any
your
fun?
mommy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. Well, we don't know what's going to happen. We thought they were gone.
Screaming
But
chinks. What?
we thought they were going to fire him, but it looks like they're going to. I don't know. I think they're going to try to ride the storm.
No, they'll probably
I
fire
think
him.
they'll fire.
What
him.
is what is
Friday's
indefinite
always the
suspension?
fired day.
What's that?
What is indefinite suspension? What's that code? Is that code for fired or code for
Code
gonna
for
let
fired.
It blow off?
Indefinite suspension is code for they're already fired.
They're
We
just-
just have to figure out what to do with their contract, who we're putting in here. That they're done.
And there is no trace of them on the website.
On the website, yeah.
Right.
Oh, they're gone
Oh,
off the
they're gone.
website. That's a biggie. And McDonald's pulls their ads. That tax firm pulled their ads. Sprint Telephone pulled their ads. And they pulled their ads for an indefinite period of time until they said big changes are made over there.
Right.
They want them fired.
Sponsors definitely control radio programs. A lot of people talk about the FCC. It's like, well, yeah, got to worry about that a little bit in fines, but and you got to worry about the big sponsors.
When these
sponsors,
people, these
a lot more.
These Asians ran to McDonald's and said, "Look what you're advertising on. You know, get off of there."
Oh my God! And people don't listen to Asians. They're not
No.
like the top getting you fired.
No, getting people riled. Black
It's Jews,
people are the
blacks,
best.
and then Latinos. I would
Blacks
put
are
that in
better
order.
than Jews. Blacks
getting
are better
people
than
fired?
Jews.
Yeah.
No,
because the Jews fire you.
At raising a ruckus. At raising a ruckus.
Blacks don't get you fired as well as Jews do.
I think if you make a racial epithet or a racial comment, a derogatory racial comment on TV or radio, and it's against blacks or Jews, blacks will get you in trouble faster than Jews will.
But blacks don't get you fired. People go, okay, well,
Blacks
sorry.
complain to the people that own the companies, which are the Jews, and then the Jews fire you.
I can't argue with that. I mean, you know more than me on that, but I just never felt like we
I
get
think
people
Jews
fired.
take it a little easier. They're like, you know,
Jews are more passive.
oy, you know.
And Wasp heard about this thing. This is the thing, Chinese people, and then all the O'Reillys and the Hannity Holmes,
they
and
don't
they start
have
talking.
O'Reilly's such a hypocrite.
Riley's an ass.
He really is.
I
an
bought
ass.
some of these dildos from
Yeah,
O'Reilly.
exactly.
He loves
Exactly.
Now, these things,
Say has to love you.
these
for security.
dildos, you just open this thing up like James Bond.
I know.
A suitcase of stuff Q gave
Dude,
him.
he's got he's got suitcases with combination locks on them.
If you put that into something, then it's
The Arab security guard downstairs winked at me and said, "Is this going down now?"
Oh, that's great. All right, partner. I got you.
why are these glass? Why are they
Because
glass?
it's safer.
And where do you get glass dildos from?
From the glass dildo shop.
How much do you spend on that?
Glass dildos are us.
Is there?
I have thousands of dollars worth of sex toys.
No.
I really did go and I can't argue the loneliness, man.
Yeah,
It's just-
I know.
This looks like the missing scene from Pulp Fiction when Marcellus Wallace opens the briefcase up. Patrice sitting there next to the glowing dildos.
and somebody should read off some Bible terms to me. and then shoot me for this.
That's
And you will
obsessive.
know when my glass dildo goes inside you that I am the Lord.
When I lay my dildo upon thee.
Maybe the dildo's the shepherd. And I'm the righteous man. And your snatch.
And the thing is that I done corrupted, you corrupt a few girls and they love it.
Yeah.
And it just gets deeper and deeper, and they trust me that when
Figuratively
I bring
speaking.
weirder and weirder stuff, they had trusted me from the weird stuff before.
Oh,
so they're like, I got nipple things you put a nipple on and suck the nipple in, which I don't get, but
they're into
Wow,
They let
that
me
is
try it.
odd. Voss is holding it,
but
with
he's
his
safe.
sleeve because he doesn't want to touch it.
Yeah, okay, come on.
It looks
How
like
do you
a-
clean those? You boil them?
Yeah.
It looks like a popsicle
Why don't you
stick.
get one of those
Look at
girls
that
in
thing.
here to try?
You clean them well, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because they're glass.
Aren't you
know?
scared this will chip off into the...
Nah, man, it's not. It's,
Yeah, bring
it's
the girls
Pyrex
in.
anyway.
You're not beating them with it.
What the hell's on the
Yeah,
other?
Look
table?
at that.
All this.
What gets me is how do you follow that?
You don't. Like he said, it's like the thing he just said is always in context, right? The dude just said he doesn't bother comics because he's going to end up getting the credit for the situation.
Yeah.
I get credit for their orgasms. I'm not following this.
that's true.
I'm just
very
attached.
good.
She's attaching me to the whole
process.
Yeah, the process.
Do you
can't
name-
follow it.
Do
Another
you
guy
name these
can't follow
things?
it.
There's all sorts of different sizes. We got to explain because it's radio. A lot of
I'm
all
sorry.
different sizes of glass dildos.
Different colors.
This one by
That's the
far
Mac Daddy.
with the handle. This one by far is
favorite?
Is the top. This is my headliner.
Is-
This is the Trooper.
All right, that's the headliner. Which one's your Voss?
Yeah.
This is the Voss, believe it or not. That
really?
is, yeah. That
Doesn't
gets,
seem
that's
to-
get-
doesn't
that gets
seem to
booed.
satisfy?
Yeah, that gets booed all the time. This one spits on itself.
That one's good at bringing up the other one.
But this one, the other place,
The little one, right.
This is the headliner for other place. This is the headliner for
Wow, you put that one in the back door, huh?
those who enjoy it.
Oh my!
And
Do
that
these
one with
turn
the
into-
handle. Now that's ribbed all the way down, right?
Oh, that is just.
Do you open up the briefcase and then let the lady?
No.
pick
She
the weapon
does,
of
you
choice?
don't ever give women a choice in sex, dude.
No?
No.
You
That's
make the
trick. Yeah,
decision.
you don't give them you don't let them go, I don't like that. You just go, shh.
Camo.
Shut your
And what's
face.
with Camo? Norton was telling us about Camo.
We know more about you than you do.
Hey, wait, here's how awful it is. This is how everybody gets strung out. I go back and with all my stuff, and I took up one girl every time with me when we went because you don't do it in the street. You go to like a little place, you know. And we took up one girl, and I took one girl all the time with other girls, and she loved it so much she was saying "Camo" to the other girls. So she was she was my Bonnie and Clyde.
Geez.
But she was going shh. Camo, but she was speaking Portuguese. Camo, relaxo to the other girl.
Now you do this. You rub the belly. And
You
say
gotta make them
Camo
feel comfortable,
to
man.
tell
It's-
them to calm down a little bit.
Calm down, to chill out, because it's kind of strange.
Because was she getting nervous?
Well, because they're used to just, guys coming in and pumping them, but you can't do that. That's why I bring them, because I want to engage in evil every day.
Right.
But I can't even, because the AIDS thing, you can't sleep with them all the time. So I bring these down, and we have fun.
And bring a big suitcase of AIDS back home with you. That's nice. I like that. It's a biohazard.
I know.
These are so clean, man.
It came with Dustin Hoffman.
I don't use, and this is the showpieces. There's some at home that these are the showpieces. There's some at home that I can't betray my darlings that allow me to do that I keep for them. They have
just
their
special
little
for them.
place.
You have given us a lot of thought,
so
man.
you'll fly 15 hours to Brazil. You'll take your dildos. You'll ram it in some girl. You won't fuck her, and then you'll get back on a plane and come home. That's problems, man. You just need help. You don't gotta fly.
Patrice, do they open?
He's trying so hard to make something of that.
I know.
You know why? Because he's an old, useless man. Let's be honest.
Okay, so one.
And he's Jewish. He can't be packing. I think.
Oh no! Now you're gonna make him pull out a photo.
Of what?
He's got a Polaroid of his.
Let me tell you something.
Johnson on.
Can I give you guys some advice here
Sure.
on what this publicity stunt he's about to do?
Yeah.
I send
He's a
photos
prop
of
comic
mine
now.
on the camera.
Yeah.
With certain angles, dude, I'm packing a monster.
That's true.
So if he pulls out a picture of his penis and it's like Diesel, then it's a publicity
He
stunt.
photographed it in front of a blue screen and sent it to Spielberg to work on.
But can I tell them a story?
Put a building behind this.
Okay.
Hold on really fast, because have you ever had to open up these briefcases at security at the airport?
Dad, I get checked out, but I put them in there.
Right.
And then I go through security.
What kind of looks? What do they say to
I
you?
laugh my ass off. Yeah. And when the girl puts the gloves on,
Yeah.
I go, aha. And they say, what are you doing with these, sir? I say, look at him.
Look at him. What do you
going
think?
to Brazil.
Right.
What you going to do? I'm going to buy my baby a house.
What's the other one?
Oh, my God.
Oh, the other joint?
That is funny.
Why did we keep him out of the studio so long?
Now he's got
Jesus.
another briefcase.
This is, move that one.
All right, so that's the glass dildos. What's?
This
Oh
is
my
the-
God!
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
These are the...
Dude, you
What the hell?
You got ropes and
Yeah,
whips.
yeah.
Rubber ones. He's got electric devices.
That's a clit sucker. This is a portable vibrator. This one has
Look
a
at
holster.
this briefcase. And they're metal briefcases.
This one is when I'm feeling lazy.
That's like a tongue on a battery
A vibrating tongue.
This here.
You got to explain that a little
collars.
bit. Spiked collars.
This one here.
It's a whole briefcase
Is
filled.
this is when you meet a real trooper.
Is that how you make pancakes?
Yeah. This is the George Foreman vibrator.
What the hell is that?
When I use it, believe me, all my sons, George, and George, get all their women off with the new George Foreman, the fat grilling, pussy drilling machine.
This one's good too. This one's a good one.
Yeah.
It's
a magic wand looking thing.
Yeah, it's like
That's the violator, right?
This one this is for true animals.
So is that for the front or the back? That big one.
It could be either or. And I got one that looks exactly like a blender I didn't bring, but it has two heads, one for the back, one for the front.
It looks like a Braun hand blender with a tennis ball at the end of it. It's pretty much what that
Well,
looks
it's
like.
called a magic wand. I don't want to plug it, but it's the greatest.
Dude, you do have problems, man.
He's got studded
I was
collars,
with you until you
leashes.
opened up the second briefcase.
I know, man. I know, dude.
There's a Garrett in there. What is that? What is that red rope?
Oh,
What do you
this
use
one.
that for?
This is the creep. No one likes this. But you.
What is that? A dental instrument?
No. What you do?
It's a Olivier. It's Olivier.
Is it safe?
It's a cookie cutter.
It's a cookie cutter, but
It looks
it's
like a spur on a stick.
what happens is
What do you do with that?
when you it's games. It's sex games. When you blindfold them and put the when you put the cuffs and stuff on. This is not good.
No.
So,
Dude, did you have a nervous breakdown since we got fired?
yes, I told you.
He used to come in and just tell a couple jokes.
Nervous breakdown.
As he's filling this, he's going to start crying.
Dude, I'm trying to go with it, but it's
getting weird.
I'm trying to go with it, but it's getting deeper and deeper. I'm
Okay,
like, you used to
Opie.
come in and just roast us, and now
But I brought this because Norton was informing you of how evil it was. I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. I'm not plugging these. I'm just saying.
I understand.
Let me explain the cookie cutter, Opie.
Yeah. What do you do with
I'm
that?
willing to listen.
Listen, man, to the cookie cutter.
All right.
It's when you blindfold. It's for games.
Right.
So what you do is when you blindfold them, they can't see, and you just place it somewhere. It's a sensation, dude.
And you gently roll it over
Yeah,
their
you
body.
just gently roll it. There you go. Yes.
Would you push hard enough?
No,
to...
you roll up the nips, and you don't push hard.
You got a box cutter too?
It's the girls who dig it, man. It's like
Try it on one of the girls.
Well, I'll give you my opinion on it.
You will?
Yeah.
Do you have a blindfold for this lady?
You got to take your shirt off to do it.
Yeah. What's her name? What's your name? Jen. Cute blonde.
You roll it. What you
Sort
do?
of.
But she has to be blindfolded the whole thing.
Right.
No. And when you roll it up, look, you roll it. This is what. But see, if we was. Okay.
It's like a kid in a candy store.
Jeez, they're trying to batten down the hatches in here. Look, they're trying to get the shades down. It ain't working.
We're not doing that. but let me tell you something.
Let's put the shades down so the rest of the office doesn't see what we're doing, but let CBS continue rolling film.
There's a network camera rolling.
But let's worry about the two idiot freaking coworkers.
It's just, look, man, this is useless when they can see.
Yeah.
Right.
It's because it's like a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's, you know, you meet a lot of old, but these girls are young too, man. It's like,
Where's the blindfold for the blonde girl?
No, wait, no.
No?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
This briefcase here with the glass dildos.
Yeah.
I don't know, you know, because it's got to have like a warm sensation. And
Well,
that warm
you
lube,
warm
it
them
just
up,
doesn't
don't
do
you?
it.
This is what I'm saying. This is why
Patrice will have an answer for that too. I guarantee.
Yeah, it's just like Como is the answer.
Como
It's cold.
That briefcase right there is the reason why I don't date black guys.
Not me.
Yeah, because you always see black guys walking around with metal briefcases.
They don't need it.
Glass dildos.
Why are you bringing whores with personalities? Why not just kill them?
Just shut up and be whores.
Make a song parody about throwing these bitches out of here. If they not.
Hey, why do you lie? Tell the truth. You don't date black guys because you get along with your father. That has nothing to do with this.
No, they're scary. Black guys are scary. That is scary. Look at that. Look at that.
Not scary. That is not scary.
Did you autograph
With a
that
skid
one?
mark.
Is that graffiti on that thing? What is that?
It was laying. It was pressed down on the
okay.
leather. So, but it's all good. Look at Anthony's. He's getting turned. Look at.
I'm frightened. That is
Something definitely happened to you during
a
our
nervous
time
breakdown.
off.
It was man.
I like
What
the
else
fact
is in
that
there?
he needs two briefcases.
But this is why I'm here this morning, because I was like, Jesus, Bob was here, and I'm like, man, what am I doing? I'm just delving into. They had two suitcases, and I had them out in full view when girls would come over, and I wouldn't even care about the horrifying look. I go, look, this is what I do.
Here's what I do.
Yeah.
Do you sell this stuff on the street?
I'm gonna tell them to start selling it, man, because this is very expensive, dude. I gotta.
What does one go for?
No.
What does one go for?
Screw the
$350.
$350.
$250. $350.
Wow.
The little ones be $190.
What else is in the other ones? I mean, this is the scary briefcase. You got
What's the red rope? What's the red rope?
Yeah, the red
for,
rope.
Patrice,
the nylon red rope
hanging on the back of the suitcase.
right there.
Oh, that's
just to tie up,
That's-
obviously,
yeah,
but
that's, yeah.
tie the hands.
yeah. It's the whole.
That's scary.
The cuffs and boy, oh boy.
The cookie cutter.
boy,
This one here.
Oh, a prop.
This is it's all regular
Smack
when you're
that
into
ass.
it. You know, just seeing it like this is
Smack her ass with that.
you know, just seeing
A
it.
little harder? Oh, wow.
Not at all.
What about on bare ass? Pull them pants down. Pull them pants down.
Well, this one's for bare ass. This one.
All right, give her a little with the on the bare ass.
Girls, show Patrice your ass. Let's go.
Give her on the bare ass.
Oh, what happened?
Get
The
those-
girls used to be naked in here.
Come on, because that's gonna hit. Okay.
Come on.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Oh my
Wow.
God, like that didn't hurt.
Yeah.
You know it did.
But it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt. It turned on a little bit.
That was like watching Roots in reverse.
That's definitely.
Jen, you want a shot at that?
What the
whip?
Just on your butt.
No?
Just on your butt.
A light one.
A little bit on her ass.
Do it with pants on. So
why?
Come on, expose that white ass.
yeah, come on. Don't be a white girl.
Expose that white ass.
White girl.
You're not here for your comedy. Let's go.
Oh, she's a comic?
No.
I make girls scream all the time.
Oh, the music started.
The music star. What do we got? 2 minutes left.
We only got 2 minutes. Imus never called.
Next week.
Oh, next week
We
is
ran
fine?
out of time
Oh, okay.
because we want to spend some time with Don Imus.
But we wanted to talk about his faggy pink
I know.
shirt he was wearing.
We'll
Thanks
explain-
for having me down, Phil.
No, we got a little time, so that's about it. Anything else you forgot in
We
there?
got this one here. This is the.
Whoa, what is that? Is that the rabbit?
This is the rabbit. Yeah,
I've heard about
We've
that
seen
one.
the rabbit.
This is the
We've
rabbit,
seen that
yeah,
in our
yeah.
years doing this
what
awful
do you
radio show.
There's a lot of internal moving devices on the rabbit, and then it's got a little 2 ears to stimulate.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That's about it?
Well, nipple suction.
What the hell is that?
Nipple suction.
Suction. What does it do?
Yeah, you put them on the nipples and squeeze, and the nipples just suck up in it, and then you turn that on, it vibrates.
Battery-powered crazy straw. What the hell have you got there?
Nervous breakdown. You made me decide to get rid of this, man, because I think I did have a nervous breakdown and didn't know it. I have a king-size bed that's bigger than my whole room. I'm finished.
That's
Really?
when
You got a big bed to
But
do
that's
all
when
this
I
stuff
realized that you and I have been off the air a long time. To us, we thought, we were off a week because we're doing the same thing. Like,
You
nothing
made you made a great point. Patrice would come in, goof on Voss's teeth. Norton's a pudgy little nothing. And we'd laugh our asses off. He'd call Colin an old man. Fun stuff. Now, hey, look at my briefcase. And I take, come on. And I electric triple clip.
It's your fault.
He's lost his mind.
He gave me nothing to live for except for Tough Crowd when that was on.
Let's get some plugs in. Norton is at Comedy Works in Albany. That's why he wasn't here today. Rich Voss did a great job filling
Once
in for
again. Thank you, Rich.
Well, you're going to be at Rascals in Montclair, New Jersey
Tonight,
this weekend
tomorrow.
with Bonnie. Are you plugging anything besides girls there, Patrice?
You got 8 seconds.
He's just laughing.
I'm doing my HBO special.
Oh, when is that going to
Yeah,
air?
when's the HBO special?
They come out in April.
15 minutes of podcast day.